Does that camera look really dark to you, love?
A little bit. What's going on? It's not this dark.
Couldn't hear anything just then.
I was just saying our camera looks a bit dark.
I'm not sure what's causing it.
Yeah.
Let me just change this up.
That actually is weirdly a little bit better.
Yeah. Okay, I had the light ring on a different
Different colour.
yeah, different colour than usual. Okay, there's spicy probably get better.
Oh, is it ready now?
Yeah.
So bear with us a second. We just grabbing some dinner.
Yeah, no worries.
No rush.
Yeah, exactly.
Your nose is still doing so.
Oh, you alright?
Yeah, fine.
Baby kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting a bit vicious with it. You know?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, the thing I was gonna say, with that ability I was saying about with life, basically because you get multi-attack. So the way it works is if you get the attack and it's not a crit, you get the temporary hit points first.
Okay.
But if you get the crit hit, you don't get the temporary hit points.
Okay.
But if you get the temporary hit points and then you crit, you do get the hit points and the temporary hit points.
Okay. Nice.
Basically, crit trumps temporary.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Okay. So crit will trump temporary, but if it's a case of so if I do a hit, it's not a crit first, still get the temporary hit points.
Yeah.
If the second hit is a crit, then
And you get your actual hit points back.
got it.
Yeah. But if you get the crit on the first attack, you don't get temporary hit points on the second attack.
Okay.
Because you make 2 attacks with each blade.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So does that mean that if I get the temp hit points on the first one, and then if I crit on the other one, get my hit points back, do I still keep the temp?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Nice. I like it.
It's basically what's referred to as superseding rules.
Okay.
So like how basically how counterspell functions.
Okay.
Because you can counterspell a counterspell, you can counterspell,
Mm.
but everyone only has one reaction.
Eventually.
And you have to work it out from who got the last counterspell. And also what was counterspelled.
Okay.
If you've got a lot of people that can cast counterspell, it just creates this absolute mess.
Of fuck you.
Yeah, basically it's the fuck you spell.
The fuck you, now, fuck you, now, fuck you, now, fuck off, that was my spell. See these wankers casting. Language, Roberto, we'll have to wash your mouth out with soap. Common.
And
Orcish. Common, halfling, Orcish. No, actually not Orcish, Dwarvish. Love.
Orcish, yeah.
I'm trying
The
to.
language of love is also the language of dwarf.
Very true. I thought it was like. Oh yeah, I was gonna say no. The language of love is dwarf, but then there's also the language of love. That's Elvish.
What a bang! That's
Exactly.
orcs.
That's. Then there's thieves' cant. Oh God, thieves' cant. So, shall we go to the?
So, would you like to partake in nighttime merriment this evening?
There we go.
Wow, that is the poshest thieves' cant I've ever heard.
He's like, surely thieves can't is oinky boinky boogie.
Boogie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up for playing a oinky boinky boogie tonight. Actually, What about-
you, bugle boy, accompany me?
what about you, Zed? Shall we invite Fenris to the Oinky Boinky Boogie? Fuck off.
Oh, no one wants to sleep with Fenris.
Christmas at 3.
Not even his dogs want to sleep with him.
Leave Fenris alone. It's not fun. It's not funny to make fun of the afflicted. Bit.
Yeah.
And that's where Zed smacks a Barto, or Barto goes.
Yeah, still happy to give you a lift to Nottingham tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll drop you off close to the centre.
Cheers for that.
About so to speak, step on me, big wolf daddy.
Oh no. Well, I mean. Oh God. Oh, harder, Wolf Daddy. Son.
Oh, I just send the finished art. Did I send the finished artwork of my characters to the group chat?
You did, yeah.
You did, yeah.
So I know I sent the finished artwork of your guys' characters.
I think you did.
Yeah.
not sure now. I'll check.
I'm not like maybe really made Fenris look genuinely homeless.
He's supposed to look homeless because he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that not the point of him? Is he not supposed to look like rough and ready?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
This
there's us. No, it doesn't look like he did actually send the ones of the Guardians.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Of all my characters, Fenris is the one that gives off the kind of energy of turning up to ready, steady, cook with roadkill.
I just see Ainsley Harriet's face, just like spicy.
Meanwhile, you have to be honest. Actually, Kane would actually turn up to.
Yeah, but at least his would have been plucked and prepped.
Yeah, exactly.
Fenris has just turned up with something that he found, ran over in the car park.
Right, just come in. Here, dinner.
Fenris, what's for dessert? Squirrel.
You think Fenris spoke? Fenris Sulfur speaks. Fenris does not, and never did. Most was communicating with his dogs.
First one to complete their cooking it's Fenris. Fenris hasn't even cooked it.
Yeah.
He's not even made it hot.
He's just hammered it a little bit more on the head.
Or is he very Gollum-ish with his food?
Not so much Gollum. You know, he actually is more like Sam. Get everything apart and just cook it until it's done.
You should be.
Gamgee.
Yeah.
You
Whereas,
met Martin, and that was his tactic.
yeah. Whereas Kane actually like cooked everything and actually had like skillets and everything else. He did like more like campfire barbecue. But he loved anything he could basically shove a stick through and cook over a fire. So fish, squirrels, rabbit.
So he was your scoutmaster, was he?
Yeah, very much. I mean, he was a bounty hunter at the end of the day.
Meanwhile, Richter just likes tea.
He does indeed like tea, and he likes things that do not have a strong flavour.
Oh, good, he likes pasta.
Rude.
A pasta on its own doesn't have a strong flavour.
That's true, actually, yeah.
That's why you put tomatoes on it.
True.
Let's see, pasta, rusk biscuits.
Oh yeah, he'd have loved. Richter would love rusks.
Probably. I mean, he likes toast with like a little bit of butter on it. He doesn't even like scones with jam. He likes scones with cheese, or like scones with clotted cream.
The mystery of Vestalt's cuisine deepens.
Yeah.
And it's going to be changed dramatically.
Oh, definitely overnight.
Good luck.
Well, no, some people still recommend the dog.
Yeah, the entire army of Vistalt will be on its knees because its stomach can't handle the brand new flavours that we're bringing.
Yeah. There we go. Sent the pictures of the finished Guardians.
We should have done that. We should have dumped a load of paprika on them.
You have paprika.
I've got a herbalist's kit that might have paprika in it.
I was going to say, Zed's got incense, but it probably won't work.
Let's have a look at them then.
Yeah,
That'll
Fenris
work.
just looks like. I literally look like Fenris. As in Dragon Age Fenris.
Oh, come on. Dragon Age Fenris is way sexier than that.
I just meant to be.
Nope, just me. Okay.
I'd like to point out I came up with Fenris as a character before Dragon Age 1.
I know.
I'm just pointing that out.
What
Well,
you saying?
Fenris is a Norse god, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of the two wolves, isn't he?
Yeah.
There's only one wolf in Norse mythology, I think.
Fenrir.
I thought there was two of them. The two chase a giant serpent during Ragnarok.
No, well, maybe, but Fenris/Fenrir is the son of Loki.
The one that ate the sun.
Moon.
Me.
Older brother of Jormungandr and younger brother of Hel.
We're not going to query anything about Loki then.
Well, he had them all with his actual wife, who was just a giant.
Except for the one that he had that was a horse because he got raped by a horse when he turned into a horse.
Yeah, and it had 7 legs, and he was a female horse.
And then
My little Sleipnir.
Nick gave it to Odin.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Hey, Dad, here's your grandchild. Have this as your mount.
Yeah. I like that in Marvel continuity with Loki, that did happen, and the reason Odin keeps Sleipnir is to remind Loki, this is what happens when you fuck up.
Yeah.
Literally.
You know that whole thing about him stabbing Thor? Apparently that was ad-libbed.
Yeah.
And Tom Hiddleston just went,
Love it.
See, he turned into a snake, and he knew I love snakes, and I picked it up to admire it. And then he went, it's me, and he stabbed me.
Yes.
I'm still really excited about God of War Ragnarok though, and how
That
we're
does
going
look
to take
good,
everything
yeah.
on there. Especially Tyr, because he's huge.
And it should be.
I'm obsessed with the new Hogwarts game that's coming out.
Oh yeah, Hogwarts Legends, where you actually get to explore the castle.
Nice.
You know, the game we've been wanting basically forever.
It's also the game Warner Brothers. I love that Warner Brothers is starting to try and take creative rights away from J.K. Rowling. That greatly amuses me.
I'm hoping that it's okay to buy the game new at that point, so it's not like giving her money,
Yeah.
because, you know, she's a hateful transphobe and so on and so forth. But,
I'm quite happy with it, actually. I'm quite happy with it to come out.
It's one thing me and Richard were talking about at the weekend. J.K. Rowling's beliefs. J.K. Rowling's content.
Yeah, but you could say the same thing about Hitler.
Yeah, you could say the same thing. Well, Hitler,
You
World War
literally-
II, no. The Volkswagen Beetle,
His artwork, actually quite nice.
yeah.
Genuinely, I've seen like they're making their way around the internet at the moment, and just they're actually not bad. Definitely art student, but not bad. It's quite a nice one of someone's front garden. But then we come back into my favorite game of Hitler or Gandhi.
Is this where it turns out that Putin wrote a successful series of fantasy novels?
Oh no.
Oh my God, Vladimir Putin is J.K. Rowling.
Oh.
you know what, I believe
I just
that's
love
what
that. I love that Russian TV, when it was getting hacked, they were putting up that video, ladies and gentlemen, I am gay, gay, gay.
Oh my God.
God bless you, Anonymous.
So, yeah, the thing I will say for Rowling there, yeah, I don't agree with her stance on that, but I still can't deny that she taught millions of children to pick up books again. And she's done a lot. I know, she's done a lot for abused children with her charities, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Not denying that she has done some amazingly wonderful things. It's just that the bad things she's done are pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have just stayed quiet about them and everything would have been okay. It's okay to have opinions. It's okay to have wrong opinions. As long as you know not to tell people about your wrong opinions.
You not sense that maybe this isn't something you should be saying. I mean,
It was kind of basically stepping over professional boundaries and resorting to derogatory comments, which upset quite a lot of people
Who were big fans of her.
Exactly. So, especially, well, say for example, I mean, if Metallica said something about stuff I might have agreed with, or something about me, they might say, "Oh, well, people who cosplay are losers" and stuff like that. And I'd be like, "Well, fine, I won't listen to your fucking records anymore. Then fuck you."
But the problem is that a lot of people still like J.K. Rowling's content, and she does make good. Well, she made good content.
Harry Potter was good. All the books since have been a bit.
Have you read Robert Galbraith?
No, have read. Oh God, what's that?
Oh, the new one that recently came out.
No, the one she did straight after.
Casual Vacancy.
Yeah, I read Casual Vacancy.
You managed to
Oh,
get
I haven't got that. I've got it, but not read it.
Don't bother. it flips back and forth between multiple different tenses. It wastes time on a lot of faff that makes no sense. It's like a filler arc, the book. It takes
What one's this?
Casual Vacancy.
Better than the fan fiction that was the script.
What's this?
Oh, the Harry Potter one.
Yeah,
I
I will reserve judgment on it until I see it in person.
It might be better performed than it is written, because it's not really fair to judge a play by how it's written.
For a minute there, I thought you were referring to My Immortal.
I hit you.
Please don't.
But just because you hate it, I think it's the greatest work of comic fiction ever written.
Anytime I hear you two start quoting it, I actually get a headache.
Quoting
I'm not
what?
joking.
Okay, there's the best. No, it's not. It's the worst Harry Potter fan fiction in the entire world. It's
Oh, I think I know this one.
Oh, I think you've told us about this before.
My Immortal. I swear to God, it's the funniest thing.
Okay.
Thank you.
But Cal won't let me or Dudley read it.
You can read it, just not around me. Nick, the syntax is so bad. It's so bad.
There's one chapter where she gets a friend to start proofreading and spell checking, and somehow it gets worse. She's got a friend helping her, and it's worse somehow. I love it.
Sweet mercy.
It's like from the proper.
I can't read stories like that. No.
It always reminds me of that drawing somebody did, Cold Steel the Hedgehog.
It's from exactly that era of the internet. Every single author's note is her telling preps and flammers to leave her alone.
Because that exists. That is one of those things that actually lets me say things like fanfic writers aren't real writers.
I will throw things at you.
You probably will. I'm just saying, it exists and is awful. I would rather read Twilight again. Again, I finished the whole series, including the sort of second life of Brantana.
I didn't bother with it. I'm not a big fan of vampire books.
I wasn't, and now I'm not.
I have Dracula, but I haven't read it yet.
Ditto.
But that's the thing. It's actual vampires as a menace, not as in case of, well, these are overly sexualized, but then again, everyone's got their preferences and stuff. But
Frankenstein, genuinely a good read. Mary Shelley, fantastic writer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and considering the time when she wrote that, it was.
If you want to.
Thanks, man.
Sorry, say again.
I say, considering when she wrote that book, at a time when women weren't generally considered to be good at it.
And specifically, it's a scientific horror.
Yeah.
And she's basically the world's first sci-fi author.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting, actually, with those breakthroughs? Because you got that, and then you've got War of the Worlds, which is quite kind of prophetic in a way, with how technology has evolved and sci-fi. And, oh, shit. Frankenstein, War of the Worlds.
Yeah, weirdly, she got the idea for Frankenstein. She was at a lecture of Monsieur Galvini, who was doing a demonstration of how you could reanimate frogs' legs by electrocuting them.
Oh, shit.
Poor Monsieur Galvini. He went insane in his own house because he shoved an electrode up a dead man's butt.
It was a little more complicated than that, but yes.
Yeah.
He tried to reanimate a dead sailor who literally drowned that morning, and it sort of only demi-worked, and then he went mad because he was haunted by visions of this sailor walking around his house.
Jeez.
Because obviously electrodes in the body, it's going to make the body twitch, breathe, sigh.
Move, eyes open, etc.
Yes, sit up at
Basically zombie.
Yeah.
But obviously it wasn't, he didn't bring someone back. The brain had been dead too long.
But yeah, poor guy was then haunted by visions of it for the rest of his life.
But the original Galvini defibrillator, because that's what it was the basis for, basically the idea was that he attached it to primary electrodes to make the longest distance. So it was one electrode above the heart here, and one in the rectum. Because
Oh.
basically it would go up the spine as well.
Ah, right. Ah.
George Takei would have a field day.
Oh.
Oh my!
Oh my!
Oh my!
My oh!
What, just come in with all of his hair on end? Why, yes, that was quite invigorating.
Oh my god, yes, the Lightning Times of Monsieur Galvini. And basically George Takei is playing the sailor, and it's like as the electrode goes off, oh my!
Yeah, that'll haunt you.
Yes, the campest Asian man hopping around your house, covered in water, you hope.
Well, just jump up and spit out the water. Oh my! I do believe I have gone out with a bang.
He would love that. He would jump at the opportunity.
Well, that'd be part of the audition process, presumably.
Yeah.
Let's set my phases to fun.
If you put all the gay men onto an island, then there'd be no kids and they'd all die out. Where is this island of men?
Oh, what the bloody hell!
I love this group.
We'll have to get right off topic, don't we?
We're not even on topic yet.
There's a topic?
Do we have a
D&D.
topic this year?
Thank you, Eddie. And Richie.
Yeah. Maybe D&D is also abbreviation for Dine and Dash, not just Dungeons and Dragons.
Why don't I call him Cliff Richard?
Why?
I meant to ask, please, please, please. I already get it in stereo and then sometimes from 3 directions when Glenn's over. Please don't teach our child to quote bottom word for word as well.
By the time they're 13, you can have it in surround sound.
Dolby surround sound with all of us.
All of London out on the street. Look at it, Eddie. All of London's out on the street, beating the shit out of each other.
Oh look, the preschoolers are rating the off license.
I don't know, do they?
No,
Appears to be some robot.
that you already hit it 2 hours earlier.
Hey, you gotta get up pretty early in the morning to beat Uncle Eddie.
There appears, I can read some Japanese, and being very bloody unprofessional.
Rick Mail's there pissing himself laughing on stage.
Aid Edmondson, Rick Mile, Aid Edmondson, better actor. Hands down.
Oh, yeah.
Because he could stay in the scene, Richie couldn't.
Richie was there giggling.
I said, Eddie. He always does.
Oh, you're frozen.
Oh,
You're
he
frozen.
was talking about when he forgot his lines.
Oh, yeah.
It reminds me when I went to see Mighty Bush live and Noel Fielding forgot the word for present.
Oh, my God.
And he was like, I came here for you, especially Howard. I came in the big, the cube.
That's so him.
I'm not big on the Mighty Boosh, but you just kind of want to kick Howard Moon in the nuts, don't you?
That's because he's an ass.
To be honest, I'm not into the Mighty Boosh either, but I like Noel Fielding.
I still love in Bottom Life 2 where Richie would close the door and kept opening, and he literally had to turn around and say to the door, "Now you listen to me, Buster. You're just a door. I'm Rick fucking Mail."
Well, I love when he was waiting to go on the last leg and they were talking about the tents that they'd used for a concert, and Noel Fielding was sitting in the tent waiting to be called on because he just thought, fuck it, there's a tent, I'll stay in here. And they were talking about COVID. It was like, apparently it was caused by, they said about all the bats in China, and he went, yes, tons of them in here. We're all having sex. Well, apparently COVID was caused by bats. Nah, shit. Bear in mind, you can't see any of this. You can only hear him saying it muffled through a tent.
Weird one to know. Did you know that Noel Fielding had a 16-week show on Classic FM?
Doesn't surprise me at all.
That was where he became friends with Poirot. Sorry, Suchet.
Oh, he became friends with David Suchet.
Yeah.
It's a weird one, isn't it?
David Suchet used to present on Classic?
Still does.
Huh. Does he?
They-
I
they just,
never heard him. I listen quite regularly. I know Alexander Armstrong does.
Oh,
must
yeah,
be
Alan
on,
was
right?
always on. Oh, and Dancing on the Air.
Alan Jones.
Yes, thank you.
Walking in the air.
Thank you. Well, I'm on day 7 of 10. I'm allowed a few missteps until we start playing, at which point every word has to be canon because we're in the fucking Feywild.
I hope you all liked your dossiers as well. No
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Very
How did
much.
you get one?
Yep.
Awesome.
So I've started reading through it. I'm gonna have a further delve into it because there's all the other interesting sort of stuff going on and
Yeah.
So,
We're going to get ours printed off so we can have them ready and then be making notes on them as well.
Yeah.
that's what I do.
So can you read the maps as well?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
really easily.
Yeah, they're really good.
Oh, good. I wasn't sure if they were too small when they came out in the print.
No, they're absolutely fine.
I have to keep zooming in on them, but that's more because my eyes are completely shot at the minute and I can't move my laptop any closer to myself at the minute.
Mm.
So you've been in a couple of months. How is it? How is everything going, by the way?
Oh God, I'm done with this. I want this to be done now.
You're not going to be like have this little timer, have you? Ding! Right, it's midnight on the due date. Come on, let's go to the hospital. One way or another, this baby's coming out.
I might.
She might.
If it's not out of me by then, I might. I'm not joking. I have not had a full night's sleep in a week because this baby wakes me up roughly midnight.
3 a.m.
Sorry, 3 a.m. It's hard for me to tell.
I usually check. It's usually because I go and roll over and grab my tablet to put on some relaxing YouTube thing.
Because they wake me up to go to the loo while kicking me violently. And they've got very strong legs, Cal.
They do. Jenny has a bruised diaphragm.
It's the McKay fives. They got to do the squats.
It's because it heard us at the start of the pregnancy saying we were worried its legs might not work because of Cal's spina bifida. So it's promptly responded by kicking me repeatedly for all of the pregnancy.
Yeah.
Okay, if their child is on the stairway, we have to watch out for nutcrackers then. Yep.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't have hands.
Quite possibly.
Git. Oh, it hurts. It gives me heartburn.
I know.
Whenever we go to Ireland, my sisters will be born by then as well, so roughly similar due date.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, commiserations to her then. This is the most miserable point of it.
Well, hers has just gotten into a good development now that the doctors have said they're happy with like if the baby's born at any point now.
Oh, great.
Because they thought for ages the baby was underweight.
Oh.
Yeah, you said, and then last scan she had, they basically went, well, we don't know what's been wrong with the last scans because baby looks fine now.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah. Baby, so baby's at full tilt as well. So
Yeah, it's just whenever baby decides, oi, let me out.
Yeah.
whenever I hear tilt, though, I just think pinball. Ting, ting, ting.
You know, that's kind of the point where we're at as well.
Yeah. Ours at least is properly upside down as well.
Yeah.
And has been upside down the whole damn time, apparently.
What do you think the rule is going to be? It's crap. It's either crappy baby and nice teenager, or nice baby, crappy teenager.
I think that's basically what you get whether you have a boy or a girl, isn't it?
I mean, according to my parents, I was a nice baby and I was basically a nothing teenager.
Yeah, you can be a mixture of everything. I know.
Sorry, nothing teenagers. I never left my room.
Oh, is that when you were going for the goth phase?
Right up until the point where I rode on a camel through the Sahara Desert in new rocks, denim jeans, a leather jacket, and chains. That was the point I realized goth is a good lifestyle, but not permanent.
Yeah, it's not cheap being goth.
It's not. Costs a lot in chains.
Yeah,
And there's the
and eyeliner.
Yep. Guyliner.
To be honest, I never actually did I did a lot of nail paint.
Did that a little bit in college.
Used to paint my fingernails checkerboard.
Oh, nice. I just painted my back.
Never went with anything like that, but I did go militant for a load of years.
Phrasing. Phrasing.
You like commando?
Well.
So
Basically going around in
I thought you meant you.
Oh, going in camo gear.
and German jackets and
Boy
stuff.
Scouts
I still
on
have
the
my German jackets back home. They're quite comfortable. That's the thing. Those German military jackets, the reason I got them wasn't just that they were fashionable at the time, they were actually really comfortable.
There were.
What the thick trench coats?
They weren't just trench coats, there was a trench coat and then there was 3 thin material ones. But yeah.
Designed by Hugo Boss.
Yeah.
Check him out before he kills us.
So should we start playing?
Yeah.
Let's begin.
We've all eaten, we've all had jokes.
Mm.
Time to descend into the Feywild.
Oh.
Well, you're already in the Feywild.
Mm.
So, where we last left the Travels of Leyspark, nearly 2 weeks ago now. Yikes. Actually, 2 weeks ago. You had defeated the original Guardians of Celeborn in an epic fight that wound on for way longer than I planned. Oh, thank you.
I'm full.
That's all right.
Thank you.
You receive additional boons from deities, your own prowess taking it to another level, and defeating my own characters, which was quite fun. I enjoyed that. Now before you are 3 choices. You have 3 doors that you can take. There is the one directly before you, which, according to Rodel Ivo, leads directly into the main labyrinth, the entrance of the Goblin Kingdom, the Spring Court. Or there is a left-hand path that will take you through the Bog of Eternal Stench, which does not sound pleasant. Or there is the right-hand path that will take you via directly to the castle of the Spring King. But included with any castle comes the court. What do you want to do?
I say we take the third path.
The right hand one.
I mean, we can all happily say that the bog of stench, we're ruling that one out altogether, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unless Brimval is hiding there.
So it very much does become, do we want to go through the court or the maze? The court is probably quicker but more dangerous.
Then again, I mean, considering some of the things we encountered in the Under Dungeon, there was that Fey door. So there'll probably that times several other unusual things.
And if we are talking of going through the Fey court, then I think it might be an idea to get ourselves some effects put on ourselves so that we can't be as easily hypnotized, right?
What could we potentially be facing in the Fey court?
Well, I mean, how much would I? Because
Give
between
me
research
an
and-
Arcana check. You've not really done much Fey research. You've done a level of Fey research due to illusion magic, coming quite heavily from the Fey courts.
how's a 22 sound?
Due to the way that the courts function, it's difficult to be specific. Obviously, each of the courts represents a different school of magic, with the Spring Court being particularly in the line of enchantment and divination, is the main things that you would know.
So they're mostly going to be doing enchantments around here and seeing the future things. Now, seeing the future divination, that's not so much of a problem for us, but enchantment could be.
Yes, you don't have those ridiculous spell saves anymore.
What, cursing armor with eternal scorching?
those damn bloody spell saves where you had to. Did you have to roll over or under it? I forget.
It's roll under your intelligence check.
Was it? I mean, back in the 1E version, you had the spell. You had the old spell limits.
Oh yeah, those. Yeah, they were a nightmare.
There's a point, if there's a wall or something where Robarte's leaning against, he's got his arms folded, it's like, sounds to me they can sense or at least kind of tell what magic school you might belong to.
So where you are at the moment, you're where the previous Guardians were all resting. So you do have a massive wall, and kind of in front of you is a large, probably about 15-foot high door within a 20-foot high wall.
Okay. Yeah, Roberto's definitely just got his back on the wall, arms folded. He's just in that sort of thinking pose at the moment. Oh, Saladin, what was that spell that you did? That really horrific one, which aged Kane.
Time Ravage.
I wonder if they could sense doing that. No, I wouldn't know that word. Time magic.
Oh, that spell was evil. What you did to poor Kane?
He
I'm
was
cool with it.
he was making himself a nuisance.
Oh.
Says I didn't know what it would do, I just knew I could do it.
If they could read time magic, I wonder if they would see that as alarmingly, threateningly, if, forgive it a better word, no, foreign's not the right word, the alien, unusual, otherworldly?
I don't know, I've never heard of time magic before now, that's the...
Well, what I saw, if that can do things like that to people, I would be shitting myself several times. Jeez.
Okay, I've got something I could do if we are going through the Fey Court, but I can only do it for one of you.
Okay. Shall we weigh up the options here? We've got Smelly Way.
Which we've sort of already said we don't really want to use.
Yeah. We've got the labyrinth itself. The issue being there is the longer that we spend here, the more time passes in the real world.
Every hour you spend here, 1 day passes in the real world.
I mean, I've got something for that as well that might work, but I don't know how magic like this would work here.
So, but where will the labyrinth lead us? That's the big question. Does it come out at the entrance of the castle? Does it come out underneath the castle? Does it go into the castle? Is the ending within the castle?
I'm trying to... Did Rodell Ivo say it brings us out in Goblin City?
Do you mean the labyrinth?
Yeah.
He said that the labyrinth takes you to the castle.
Okay.
And he said that the third entrance takes you by the Spring Court.
Okay.
Something tells me if we go via the Spring Court, we're going to draw attention to ourselves regardless. Like in one massive go.
I mean, I'm happy enough either way. It's just that if we're going via the court, I've got a spell I can put on one of us to protect us from being charmed. And if we go via the labyrinth, there's a spell on my staff that I might be able to use to make it a bit quicker. But I don't know if it still works here. Do you remember when we were in the Underdungeon? And we found that maze and I just cast that spell and it...
Oh! Was that possible?
Passwall, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We did that with that maze of the weird giant chicken thing.
I don't know if it would work here because this is a Fey maze, so...
Password as well, fifth edition?
I don't know, but it's still written here on my staff, though.
Yeah, then I got it directly from the DMG.
say, as a character question, as we've had the technical long rest, does Zed have the option to switch his spells in and out?
Yeah, absolutely. If you get the benefits of the long rest, that includes changing your prepared spells.
Not your one.
Yeah, still spell.
Thank you.
Yeah. No.
My mouse.
A moose.
So yeah, anyone who has access to spells can change their prepared spells.
Send it to the correct page.
What did I
Yeah.
changing around with some of mine?
That's cool.
I beat your doggy ass. Give me more spells.
Okay, here's something that I could potentially do. I have Sanctuary.
That spell, you have to stand still while using it. You can't move.
I also have Protection from Good and Evil.
Oh, that could be something.
That's a good idea.
I'm basically thinking if we decide we're going through the court, we need to load ourselves up with protective magic before we even go in there. Because we're basically walking into the lion's den at that point.
This would be good. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures, so aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. And here's the thing, right? With my boon that I have, if I cast that on one of us, it is cast on all of us.
Nice.
Oh no, that would be very useful.
That is...
I think that only applies to your auras, not your spells.
Ah!
Okay, you know what though? It's still a spell. So basically what we could do, because I think, am I still high level against charm, or is that only a first edition thing?
First edition.
Right. So basically what we could do, saying it's a bit out of character because we shouldn't talk stats, but what we could do is basically, I've got a spell that makes you resistant to being charmed. If that spell doesn't make you resistant to being charmed, I'll eat my hat. Or at least protects you from Fae. We could basically load up the two people with the lowest wisdom modifier.
Sorry, no, you still have Fae ancestry with advantage against saving throw. Your advantage on saving throws against being charmed and magic can't put you to sleep.
Great.
I'm immune to charm.
Oh, because you're a paladin.
Yeah, so I'm immune to it, so that's fine. So if I can cast Protection from Evil and Good on someone else, and then if you can cast your spell, and then we just need to see here, is there anything else we can do? Maybe Father Zed can lend a hand, and then that way we can...
The immunity to charm, is that one of your auras?
Yeah, Aura of Protection.
So everyone is immune to...
Ah!
Oh, never mind then.
Oh, there we go!
Yeah, everyone's immune to charm and fear.
Nice.
Because of your boon.
So basically, if we all stay close to Narlock, we can't be charmed.
Don't need to stay closer.
That's a bonus, because, I mean...
He's got a boon that means that all friendly allies get benefits from his aura, even if you're outside of the 10-foot radius.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
You give me that on purpose.
It was in there. You could have not had it. Remember that.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Everything you guys have is completely random. There are 8 options, and there is the possibility, because I did actually add an inclusion that you might be able to get 6 boons, but that still means between 2 and 3 boons you will not get, which means I can't power game against you.
Yeah.
You know, initially I was thinking I was actually a bit resistant to the idea of going through the Fae Court, but if we're immune to being charmed, which I think is the big thing that Fae creatures tend to do, might not actually be. It is certainly be the quickest option.
Yep. What's the phase of the moon?
When you came in,
I'll just run to the loo really quick. Wait, do that.
Watch my calendar.
You grab some crackers here.
Oh, and that reminds me, Jenny. No, I am not mad about creating my own calendar. I was just drunk when I came up with the names.
Okay.
Even better.
Yeah.
I suppose at least you haven't screwed around with the number of months and things too much.
Oh no. Although if the 4th month on your calendar says downpour, it should be cloudburst. It sounds better as a month name.
I can't actually remember what it was. I've been rereading things about the villages so far, so
Okay, yeah.
been basically writing them down for myself because I seem to not be able to remember things unless I write them down separately, you know?
And thank you for putting in the juggler.
I couldn't help it after you mentioned that would be okay, so now I've now got mental image of him on a big beach ball juggling very lazily.
Like bugbears do.
Yeah.
Right, I'm bored of this now.
Is that bugbears juggling balls? Was that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
No, we're not talking about Rollbar.
no, but we were thinking it.
Hmm.
We don't talk about Rollbar.
So at this time, it would be the 7th.
I don't think so. Sorry, Krista says that he likens Rollbar to Iron Bull and Zed as the Inquisitor.
I choose not to question the dynamics of their relationship, just think it's adorable. Oh God, he's gone to fetch something.
Oh, whoopee, that's always good news, isn't it?
Or you think you'll find Zed's the one who's taking it?
I love that. It's a shame apparently they were going to make Cullen buy, but they didn't have time.
They didn't have time to make him buy.
Oh, come on, because he gives you a come hither look if you play a male Inquisitor in Haven, but then he shoots you down afterwards.
Oh.
Apparently they didn't have the time to add it, and I think they were also getting a little bit of iffy from the voice actor.
So basically, they made him a character which, like, builds up the hopes, gives you that come hither look, and then shoots you down. How nice!
I'm going to try and go Nagini to eat again.
Cullen's adorable. Not to mention he's been through a lot of shit.
He's broken as well.
It was Lady Athanda's going to the room that made everyone that made thingy go, oh, for fuck's sake, wasn't it? Or was it
No, I think it was the bookshop where I think Roberto realised that he started doing the Faulty Towers frog jump.
Yeah.
I think that was Narlock doing it. I was more of the can't look, oh no.
Yes. We've got the recording. You went and hid in that corner, and Chris, you were literally doing the Faulty Towers frog jump around the room.
Shame.
that was when we realised it was
That was when you realised that Lady Athanda's is Celadin's mother, yes.
yeah.
And Celadine walks out to Fenris, Zed, striking Narlock over and over again with a wolf belt, shouting, there, now say 4 hail hows and don't be dirty anymore.
Narlock and oh god, and imagine Roberto saying this. Narlock and sex with Lady Fanders as well? Motherfucker.
No, I'm sorry, but come on, that has got to be one of Roberto's secondary titles. The motherfucker.
Yes.
I'm
You
motherfucking
screwed
Roberto.
Skura's mother, you screwed Celadine's mother, you screwed...
Ashley locked, mum.
I think it might be, isn't it Roberto Two Hands, the fornicator of mothers?
Yeah, that's right. That's what I officially declared myself as.
Yay!
And of elves.
as a party, then, are we leaning on the going through the Fey Court or the maze?
I think with the Fey Court, we should be okay if we've got the immunity.
If we've got the protection, I'll say go for route 3. Otherwise, I was going to go for route 2. But then again, I dread to think what Cal has hidden in that labyrinth.
But time saving, because who knows what could happen if we take too long.
I suppose the other thing is if it's looking a bit like we can't handle what's in the Fey Court, we can always turn around, run back. I mean, yes, I know time saving, but equally, yeah.
But the thing is, though, I bet there's something magical hidden in the Bog of Eternal Stink as well.
Yes.
Well,
There's probably going to be one of those Zelda mermaids hidden there or something.
Bartow's like, mermaids?
Oh, no, Zelda fairies.
Here's a thought. If we check out the locations, we just do detect magic before we take it further.
Well, we can always come back some way or another. I'm pretty sure there's a gate spell that we can use to open up a portal if we want to ever come back. Patches will probably do as well.
There is a physical rift in Celeborn that gets you access straight to here.
Yeah, we could always come back another time in the future and find something. But I vote for free. I vote for the right. Oh no! God, no!
Hang
on.
Phrasing.
No.
I knew you looked too good in that top hat.
Right, so that's one vote for going through the Fey Court.
Yes, that's one for the court.
Okay.
I think
Objection.
Roberto's going to go to court.
Okay, that's 2 for the Fey Court.
And then he chooses the right one.
3. Then I'm happy enough with that. We'll head for the right-hand path and try and find our way in through the Fey Court.
Tibble's paw.
20, wing.
He's not allowed to vote. He's not well.
Hockey's tusks just go up.
So, as the party agree to head towards the court path, which takes them along the right-hand wall of the outside of the massive labyrinth. Celadine, you have the keen mind feat, yes?
I do, yes.
You are aware of time passing. And Zed, because you have because of your affinity with the moon, you currently know that we are in the waxing moon? Yeah, waxing moon. It's going to full, so it's waxing.
Okay. There's a curious question. What's his timepiece doing?
He's got a watch.
Oh, it's keeping personal time.
Oh, it's not keeping. Sorry.
No,
So,
it's not a magical timepiece.
so
That's
it's not
what
a
it
keen
is.
mind thing getting a bit screwed with because I know what
Yeah, you
time
better
it is
not
in the real
put-
world.
No, because it's more of an internal clock.
Okay.
You know that by the time from when you entered to the fight with the Guardians of Celeborn to reaching the ornate gate that leads to the court of the Spring King, you about an hour has passed.
It's been a day.
Oh, I'm not used to this.
A day is fine. We've got plenty. There's plenty.
It's not like we're on a clock back home.
Well, we don't know how quickly they're putting their plans into action, do we? Best to sort things out as quickly as we can here, and then we'll be able to see if there's any damage.
All right.
Quickly, but no rushing, otherwise we'll screw up.
Speaking of aura of protection,
It's a passive effect. You don't have to activate it, but it's just an.
I know, but it's just cool for roleplay purposes, and this is Narlock's first time using the spell. Hang on, let me.
Whoa.
Got it. There we go.
It's like sparks coming off his hand, just. There we are.
You realise you meant to pray first.
Oh.
Come on, paladins do things differently. I'm pretty sure we thought about helmet plate.
So, the gate in front of you. The previous one was quite simple, built into sandstone wall and structured, made of a similarly coloured wood to almost make it blend in with the outside. This gate is far more ornate, with glittering jewels embedded in the stone, so deep it would be impossible to dig them out, but just on the surface enough that they glint the ever dusky twilight of the spring court, that sort of orange light that early spring takes as it breaks through the winter. The walls themselves, probably about 25, 30 feet high here, and the door before you, probably only about 10 feet smaller than the last one. Can all of you give me a perception check?
You must be getting something. Has Zed lost his ability to...
Tibble
Yes.
can give Zed help to have perception, so I'll allow that.
You'll allow advantage. Ooh, whoop-de-doo.
15. But with my modifier, that's not great.
6 for me and an 11 for 20.
Okay, Roboto?
And
7 from me.
with help, 21.
21. Narlock and Zed. Here, you two feel the most out of place. Halflings and half-elves obviously come from elven fey blood, so there's a level of, not necessarily comfort, but familiarity for the pair of you. Roboto, especially you. Just that kind of feel. There's something here that feels like home. It's the smell of honey drops and fresh flowers and cut grass. The smell of someone cooking something in the far distance. Who knows what it might be.
Why do I feel so relaxed when I see this gate?
Oh, it's not just the gate. It's this whole
Realm.
It's this whole realm.
Ah. I'd probably say I'm quite fixated on the gates. I'm like, shiny.
That's all right. Narlock and Zed, you two, due to your orcish blood being of giant kin and human kin, you don't feel as at ease here. There's a level of on edge due to the ongoing animosity between giants, elves, and dragons, creating this feeling of unease. So it keeps you both looking around and just, something going to jump out at us? Fair Trixie. Kind of that. And because of that, as you kind of careen down a portion of hill, beset on both sides by what looks like mulberry bushes, but as you look closer appear to be producing elderberries. You gaze drift up and you see the utmost of a giant, glistening, crystalline spire that appears to be the tip of the castle that you are directing yourself towards.
Zed, do you get the feeling that you're being watched in this place, but not by someone? As if this very land doesn't want us here.
Yeah, keep your guard up.
I don't know.
You kind of want Zed as well. Can I say that after the last boon he got, he kind of hulked out a little bit. Basically, he's holding his greatsword in one hand, and now he's got a shield.
You have a shield?
He's always had a shield. You just can't normally wield a shield and a two-handed weapon.
I don't think you're feeling so on edge. This feels kind of my sort of place. I feel like I belong here.
Really?
Can you not smell that? It's almost like coming back to a home cooked meal in a way of like, I don't know. It feels.
It smells like the bonfire after we crashed that sled into it at the winter festival.
That was fun.
What do you think, Celine?
See?
It's a bit spooky and unnatural here, but it doesn't feel like it's dangerous per se.
I mean, You guys are probably getting whatever sweet smells are coming here and feeling at home. But I'm more at home with a giant pot of stew and a steak on the way not long afterwards, followed by some trail mix. That would put me at ease.
And the smell of wet animal. That's the smell of giants.
Yeah. You probably get that in the winter court, don't we?
I mean, we're not far off the smell of wet animal. We have Tibbles here.
Oh! You leave him alone. He's bestest boy.
He is bestest boy. And you're bestest girl.
Tibbles winds up licking Zed's cheek because you two are like head height together.
Yeah.
That's frightening considering how big Tibbles is now.
Yeah.
But in all fairness, Zed's actually shrunk a little bit since he's transformed.
Is the door open?
And
The door is
Yeah.
not open.
I swear, Tibbles and Hockey is a Miss Piggy Kermit relationship.
Oh God,
Kinda.
has already been emphasised in the Honey Heist.
Yes. Gotta love that game.
Is it Pogs or Wigs that they'd have?
So let me put it this way: with what happened between Tibbles and with Hockey, there was essentially pulled pork.
Oh,
The pork pulled.
So they're either going to have
It's Hobbles.
yeah. So they're either going to basically the babies are either going to be tiddlywinks or solution to a bad hair day.
So they're basically going to be a kind of hairy boar in a way, a new kind of war boar, maybe.
I'm going to have a look at the door.
You examine the door. There does not appear to be a handle.
Oh, okay, slight problem.
Hmm?
There's no handle on this.
Well, then you do the polite thing.
As Zed knocks at the door, they open slowly.
I love that trick. Every DM I have been with has tried to pull this trick on us. They've made an immovable door, but no one thinks to knock.
Oh, what happened to us in Star Wars, isn't it? I spent ages hacking the computer to get in, to be able to unlock the door. And Chris turned around to us and says, "You know the door was already unlocked, right?"
Oh, but there's that thing with it's a door, but we thought pull, no, we push.
Yeah, you guys always check for door handles now. I love it. I had to do that once, and now you learnt your lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, except for the one time you tried the door handle, what happened?
Point. So the door opens outwards, and you all look into a large courtyard. And when I say a large courtyard, I mean imagine the size of 2 football stadiums, just lengthways. In the further distance, you see a column, a single column that tapers up and then bulbs into a beautiful crystalline spire and structure that looks like the fairy tale castle of anyone's dream. Beautiful staircases spiral out like ribbons until they come to the ground not far from where you're standing, and little lights dance above, glinting, just to give it that sense of wonder. It's beautiful. It's a little bit tacky, but it's beautiful. And as your eyes gaze downwards, you see the form of a goblin wearing a large red hat and holding a stick. Now, it's not so much wearing the hat as it's pulled the hat down over its eyes and nose and is snoring loudly, lounging in a deck chair.
Don't disturb him.
Just come past and get to the stairs, right? Okay.
I am going to hide behind 20 because he's big.
So,
Okay, we sneak around him.
sneak past the sneak goblin.
Everyone give me a stealth check.
Oh, sweet.
Zed.
Merciful Fenris.
I've got a plus 17 to stealth.
I know you do.
20.
I've got a 1. 6!
So you came with a total of 6 for your stealth?
Yeah, so I just put it down and it rolled to a 20.
28.
Not nice.
I got a 29, I think.
Okay. Wow. How?
I've got a plus 11 and I rolled a 19.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah. Okay.
And 20 got a 18.
Nice.
Nice.
He rolled an 11, he has plus 7, so
Due to you wearing mithril armor, you do not have disadvantage on your roll.
Fantastic. I rolled 21.
Very nice.
Don't fart 20 for God's sake.
Narlock?
28.
28. As you all try and make your way around the goblin, there's a slow pitter-patter noise and then a sound like breaking glass from somewhere above you as you realise Zed clunking around in his armour may have triggered something. You're not sure. And you hear the ting, 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 ting. And the goblin goes, ah, crap, I lost. Aye.
hello.
Hello?
You're the 4 invading the castle, right?
Ah! Maybe?
Wait, he knows I'm here.
What is your purpose then with them?
Well, first I'm going to pay the boss 5 gold, and that's how I get paid for a year, which is annoying. I am the Major Domo of Skora Asil. I am the Major Nilbog, better known as Goblin Mage. To the less informed, you may call me asshole.
Haven't we already met this one?
You have actually, yes.
Ah, yeah.
Can everyone give me a history check?
I don't roll ones.
Because mine's in yellow.
Not gonna be good. Not gonna be good.
Well, fuck me. That's a 22.
9. 12.
22.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay. Narlock and Zed, you recognize this goblin wizard, as the same one that gave you a fuck ton of gunpowder in the Underdungeon.
Oh, right.
Celadina Roboto, looking at the goblin and the hat and the face, he looks a hell of a lot like that naked gnome that was setting up traps back in the first part of the game.
You look weird with clothes on.
What was that about?
Removing infrastructure, destroying baseline of travel, and, just fun.
Was that you partially responsible for the door that was in the middle of the path?
That was my idea. The construction was all theirs.
Ah.
That was you!
You bastard! I loved it!
You're welcome.
Because wasn't Zed the one who got it?
Yeah, you got punched in the face by a hobgoblin.
Ah.
You just-
Oh, if I was a wizard, I'd so shocking grasp you.
Oh, it's because of you I came up with a little something of my own.
Sounds like fun.
You just said you
Uh,
lost.
Yeah, we had a bet, all 3 of us.
Are-
Which door you take?
Oh,
Boss was behind the middle door, and the guy with the hat was behind the bog door. So there's that. I lost. I said you wouldn't come this way. You know, certain death.
Cal, did you say things that are non-magical are okay in the bag of holding?
Yes.
Okay, so I take out the tarpaulin that's got the fake tunnel painted onto it. Because of you, I made this.
That would have been really handy in an event that would have been useful for it.
Yeah, I never got that event.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody else will.
There's still time.
There's always time. Well, there's always time.
Sorry, I can't help but notice you said the word certain and then the word death after it.
Yes. You're in the Spring Court. You're literally in the Feywild. Did no one read the sign?
There was a sign?
Which portal did you guys come in via?
That's the
Patches.
side. Yeah, the side.
Oh. If you'd gone 50 feet back to the Rift portal, there was a sign saying turn back and go no further, certain death in the Feywild.
Ah, well, we kind of.
Reading this sign is acquiesced to a court of law, so therefore the fact you have read this sign means you can't sue any member of the court.
Well, we haven't read it.
Yeah, we didn't read the sign. We had no idea.
Oh, okay. In which case, because you listened to me state that sentence, you have acquiesced to accepting the rules of the Fey Court.
Verbal contracts are not admissible in the court of law.
This is the Fey Court.
He's saying that we can't get them in trouble if we die.
That one. Damn. This is the Fey Court. This is the Feywild. Words are very important here. And you guys decided to take the route to the Spring Court, the home of the Spring King.
Well, we sort of need to meet him.
Ow. In which case you're going to go up those stairs.
You're not going to come after us and knife us or do magic on us or anything?
No, we were kind of stationed here to explain the situation in a more full way that you may have missed at previous iterations. There's a guy in the hat's idea.
Okay, the boss I'm assuming is Scurra.
Yeah.
Who's the guy in the hat?
Friend of Patches.
A friend of Patches.
Friend of Patches.
Okay.
Arr! If that's Wormwood, I swear to God.
Nah, Wormwood's not allowed here.
Is he that bad?
No, he just can't survive in this plane of existence. He turns into a centipede.
Ah.
And then we chase him. It tastes nice.
It's almost like becoming the wild hunt for centipedes.
Oh, those crazy shits.
So, Wormwood is a Fae who got banned from the Feywild?
No, no. Wormwood is an aberration from a different dimension constructed of multiple human corpses.
Ah. Right.
How that would explain how he's been able to lift an entire elephant to grind down into sausages.
So
Yeah,
basically,
every human that dies in Thalrind gives him more power.
It's monster.
Oh, shit.
Oh, is that going to be something we're going to have to deal with as well?
Probably not.
I think we should be okay here for now.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Just up those stairs, did you say?
Yeah, do you not want to hear the rhetoric, or are you guys okay?
What rhetoric?
Oh, the explanation that 1,000 years ago the Spring King began the Rite of the Quickening, as such reducing magic from Celeborn so that he could invade at a much more hasty rate. You know, by absorbing magic back into the Fey Court to strengthen himself while weakening surrounding areas.
That's why our magic's changed now we've come here.
Yeah, this is how magic was like 50 years ago. Something made it speed up 40 years ago. Something to do with the Spring King.
So, by 50 years, you mean 50 years your time, which is the 1,000-odd years in our time.
I'm sticking to your time here, just to make things easier.
I never got up to time, and this is getting even worse.
So 365 hours, give or take.
No, 1,000 years, you guys. 1,000 years, your time. For us, it's like 10 years.
Yeah, no, so I'm just trying to calculate it in my head. 365 days is 365 hours, times that by 5, times that by 10, that times that by 5, then by 10.
Yeah, it's actually closer to 3 years.
Yeah. 3 years for you and 1,000 years for us.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
I wonder if that means Fey magic has a connection to what you can do, Sally.
Well, Fey magic,
Yeah, that's 50,
magic.
that's 50
Like
years.
dragon
of
magic.
time.
All magic's magic, but all magic in Thalrind comes from the Feywild. And Scora couldn't stop his father once he started the quickening, otherwise it would have just cut off all magic from your world. And that's not right for someone else to decide how to do.
Is that arcane? Is that arcane or is it just divine? I thought there was a big difference there.
Arcane magic comes from the Feywild, but it bolsters divine magic due to most gods and goddesses being connected to the Fey. You know, like how the Raven Queen is actually the Queen of the Winter Court.
Oh.
And how Saloon is her sister.
Huh?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, we knew. Yeah, we knew that.
I didn't.
It's like Nocturnal and Meridia.
Yeah.
Oh, there's too many weird things going on. Ugh.
You know, okay, right.
What can I say, Roberto? Gods are very complicated.
They are, and but they're also fascinating.
Make themselves deliberately complicated so that stupid mortals will believe in them.
Well, one of them
Yeah.
might have
All
sex
the world's
with
troubles would have been solved if Zeus kept it in his pants.
Yeah.
Who's this?
This is why I choose the god whose ends justify the means.
I chose, well, I wouldn't say I worship, but I showed interest in a couple of gods because they like swords and music.
So, getting back to this anyway,
Yes.
you can all contemplate what this means to your own souls and the long-term plans, you know, when you're running and screaming for your life because of making the mistake of entering the Feywild. But hey, it's a party! There were a shit ton
So
of...
essentially, from what you say, what he has done is messing with magic in the real world, and you think that's not right. So you're not exactly in our way. You're just making sure we have all the information.
Basically.
And you're
Scora
working
couldn't
with
stop his
Scora.
father.
Yeah, Scora couldn't stop his father yet, while he'd started the rite of quickening.
Right, because if a Fey kills another Fey to take the power during the rite of quickening, not only do they become the new ruler of that court, all the magic that they possessed comes to them, which would have automatically closed all the Fey rifts, removing magic completely from your world. And by the way, about 400 years ago, there was a fight between Bahamut and Tiamat like 600 miles west of where you guys are.
And that nearly did the same thing.
Yeah, because that's right over the Winter Court. And then there was a shit ton of Illithids coming in from north.
What's another? No,
Mind
actually, no.
flayers.
Actually, you know what? No, we haven't got time to get into what on earth an illithid is.
He just
Oh,
stopped
that's
doing that.
So what on earth would happen with the...
Are you
Oh, cool. Anyway.
bit late stage to be bringing them in, isn't it?
You probably could have worked it out if you'd looked in the right places, but you looked in different places.
I remember there was those weird mind flayer things when we were in Patches Market.
Yes, the squid face
I think
thing.
it's probably me shaking that's causing that to rattle a little bit. It's fine.
Okay,
Right, anyway.
right. Let's focus on the problem we have.
Yeah.
Right now, which is, so Scora does want to stop his father, but he needs us to stop the rite of quickening first.
By defeating his father and not being someone who can absorb the magic, i.e. not Fey. Now, you two are Fey ancestry, so that doesn't count.
Very well. Any words of wisdom against the dancing king?
Don't look at his crotch.
What?
Oh,
You knew that as
definitely don't look at his balls. Those are two different advice.
This is not helping in the
Go back to
slightest.
shatter his pretty balls.
Actually, that's a good idea. If one of your friends looks in his balls, shatter the ball.
Shatter his balls, okay.
Yeah.
Any information you can give us about what we're likely to see up there?
Okay, this is the Feywild, so generally speaking, no, unless you pose that in a clever riddle.
Is his bitch of a wife there as well?
I'm not allowed to have opinions about my lord and mistress.
So that's a yes.
Roberto turns red slightly and looks away.
So,
You are going up there to attend the Spring Court and see the Spring King of the Fey Court.
the rest of the court is up there too, then?
This is where the court is held.
What does the court comprise of? Is it goblins or fey creatures or what? Or are you
Okay,
not
you
allowed
literally
to
just
say?
asked the same thing. That's like saying, is a fruit bowl full of oranges, tangerines, and clementines?
They are different.
They're the same thing, and we all know it. But we're not ready to have that conversation.
Does the court have a jester?
Aye. Kind of waves his wand.
Okay.
What relevance is that?
Because there could be a particular character who might end up being more of the jovial, jokey kind.
Also technically the prince. He fills the role of the Joker card.
Scurra.
All right.
Yeah, Jokers are wild.
So,
Actually, I'm glad I asked that now because Chester.
So we have the king, we have the queen. Who's the jack?
Prince.
I thought the prince was the Joker.
Joker can be a prince. Jack can be a prince.
The
Jokers are wild. They can be any card.
here's the
okay, so we have to express it to you as a riddle.
Basically.
The players and houses are on display, but who has come out today to play?
Oh, all of them.
Oh.
It's a full house.
Can you give us any kind of ace up our sleeve? Is that all right, Tom? I don't really play cards.
Have they got an ace in the hole?
Okay, now we're going from poker to craps.
Now, is there a play we can have on hand to get the king's card alone to land?
Well, you're good at this.
I like this. Okay, there are two kings.
What?
There's the king, and then there's the king.
That adds a new spin on everything.
And you're going to see the Spring King.
Yes.
Words are very important. Anyway, you've spent way too much time with me.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, by the way, another hour's gone.
Oh, for
Or at least
fuck's
we'll
sake.
have gone
Not-
up there.
Not the king, the lord of the fae, but how do we send the spring king our way?
Oh! Be rude to his face.
Got it.
You know what? We really do need to start climbing up those stairs because it's going to be another. We've just spent an hour chattering with this,
Aye,
with Mr.
No bother.
Mr. Arsehole.
thank you. Ah,
Pleasant name. No, don't ask. Do all goblins have names like
I
that?
think it's more concerning that it was originally the naked arsehole.
and yes, this one was actually planned from the get-go.
Thank you so for letting us pass, but do you realise you're a total ass?
Oh,
It's in my name. I'm going back to sleep.
enjoy sleep, asshole.
Thank you.
I must go for a wee again. I'm really sorry.
It's so quick way up these bloody stairs.
I'll be back after a quick whistle.
You can ride on 20.
20 can't fly.
You have
Doesn't need to fly. He can walk up the stairs with you on his back.
Basically, there are 3 sets of stairs that kind of go up like ribbons, and then they kind of intersect and go out in different directions again, becoming 9 sets of stairs.
It's not one of those where they spin, come to a landing, spin, come to a landing, spin, come to a landing.
Not quite. It's more like they go up, and then where they get to there, they break off into 3 more, and then those 3 interconnect with ones above. So it's like 3, 9, 3, 9.
Basically, shoot the architect.
Yeah, but it's the Feywild.
Yeah, I know.
Non-Euclidean geometry.
I know, right? Walking up the stairs and walking up the stairs, down the stairs and walking up the sideways stairs.
Oh.
Might actually write 20 up because he's got 5 feet faster movement than me.
Yeah.
That way I think I could keep up a bit easier.
I could ride Tibbles. And we've got hockey, and basically Roberto can ride anything.
Yes. And Roberto's got 40 feet of movement on his own as well, so fast little fucker.
Gimpy little shit. So,
Just update notes.
but thank you for giving me some good ideas though, because when I'm pulling the courts into my realm.
That's going to be fun.
Okay.
I'm so looking forward to your game.
Should be able to run it basically after the 11th of April, which is my final exam. All I'll have is my dissertation, which I can work on in the back, which I can work on at a reasonable pace, but I won't have any more pressing constraints. It'll all be over.
Yay!
So yeah, I'll be able to run it. I'll be able to run. I'd say about mid-April, from mid-April on.
Awesome.
Oh, geez, Hawkshar's
That's
happening so
great.
soon.
That's really cool.
I'm gonna do this thing for the rest of this week. Just gonna isolate myself to get the rest of my work done, and then yeah, once that's done, I don't have to worry about it.
So I'm thinking, let's play Travis of Leyspark until we finish, and
Yeah.
then it'll be 1 or 2 weeks of your game, and then I'll be ready to start Icewind Dale, and then we can go back to flipping.
Yep.
Although let's be a bit pensive with
Yeah,
Icewind Dale,
obviously,
because we're about to have a newborn.
exactly.
Of course, obviously.
Yep.
So take all the time you need as well, obviously, because having a baby in the house will change everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We are hoping that they'll be able to kind of join us at the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. We'll need to get the attachment for that
Yeah, I'm
chair.
going to order that on payday.
Anyway, right, yes.
Yep.
Good.
Ready to play?
Yeah, sorry, that was the picture that Chris sent of Cold Steel. Sorry.
Ah, cool. Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Right.
So we're heading up the stairs.
So, the ancient, decrepit and beautiful castle rises up before the party with a base, which as you get closer realise, as the spire comes up, there's nothing between the base of the castle and the tip of the spire. It's floating probably about 20 feet above the spire on a daring precipice where if the whole castle came down, it would be speared. It floats periodically, bobbing as if it were floating on the waves of a gentle lake. Making your way up the ribbon-like stairs as you hit the first, what about the word landing? Bink, 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 bink. Dancing lights surround you and rise up, illuminating the castle even more, showing you that most of the outside is a facade. It's not a castle as you would all come to know it, a place of living and abiding and residing. This is a place of merriment, of enjoyment. This is quite literally a court to be held. So any of the rooms that you may think are on the outside are simple tricks of architecture to make it look like there are more rooms, where as you rise you realise what housed within is probably just one massive ballroom.
Eyes down. Focus on the stairs. Stay close to Narlock.
Don't look into the little glowing lights.
Don't
Recognize-
follow the lights.
I recognise this spell.
As you continue to rise up along the 9 strands, climbing higher, anyone who dares look down or look out will see over the immense labyrinth that you avoided, the spiral of even-sided routes that lead to a large maze-like centre. You'll see far, far in the north areas of greenery and grassland. Looks like forests, deep built within the walls. And not all that far from where you are right now, you can see directly into the walls of Goblin City and the castle of the Dancing King. As you climb further into the Spring Court and the castle of the Spring King, the ribbon-like stairs even out as the lights illuminate your path, and you can start to hear something. Laughter, music. It's all very giddy, very fun. Like one too many drinks at a debutante ball where everyone's telling the bawdy and debaucherous jokes, but everyone's still sober enough to not be making any remarks that they'd be upset by. And as you start to walk towards, more lights rise. These ones slightly bigger, illuminated, and the laughing gets louder, as if it's coming from the lights. They want to interact or continue?
The way back will come at once, be steadfast.
Not looking at the lights. I am not looking at the lights. But can I try and push one out of the way with my staff?
They're not in your way.
Oh, sorry.
They're kind of just all around. Like, you've got the stairs and the steps, and that's where you're walking. And they're just kind of around, floating in the air.
Zed's got his shield up to basically keep the light out of his eyes so he's not distracted. Keep moving forwards.
Narlock, can you give a perception check?
Yep. Yeah, just for note, he's got the hood of his armor up, but just to keep them out of his eyes. Perception is excellent. Oh, okay, 26.
To you, more so than the rest of the party, the laughing sounds closer. Like it's right behind you.
Keep it going, keep it going. He's trying to intimidate us.
As you make your final steps into the courtyard, into the courtroom, into the spring court, you see a large, mostly circular room takes up the majority of space within this building. High spires above you, catching any light that comes in and creating rainbow cascades. And there, at the far end of the court, in glistening golden armor with a large golden shield, you see the Spring King, Brayek, King of the Elves, in a half-hypnotized state. Around the walls of the court, you see dancing and laughing figures, slightly ghostly in their appearance. And around Brayek, you see 4 female figures, elven women, all giddy and laughing and throwing their hair back and pouring him more wine.
He said there were 2 kings.
Oh.
We're at the wrong castle, aren't we?
As you enter the room, and the music is now at its loudest and its fastest. Not so loud you can't hear, but loud enough that it's permanent.
At this point, can I roll insight just to actually get an idea of what's going on with the king?
I'm going to say no, just because this scene moves quite fast.
Okay.
Who enters the court of the Spring King? And Brayek stands up. And as he stands up, the ghostly apparitions cover the doors. Can everyone roll initiative for me?
That's what he meant by there's 2 kings.
I will get the map ready.
We have gone to the court of the wrong king, haven't we?
You've gone to the court of the Spring King.
We're looking for the laughing god.
The dancing king.
We can still get answers, and we know one of his weak spots.
Yes. Oh, yeah. His armour is weak under the armpits. I made a specific note of that in the back of my notebook. I suppose he was something we probably would have had to have dealt with anyway.
Don't look at his crotch. Don't look at his balls.
Is this David Bowie?
Oh!
No. As a particular Jason Momoa once said, "You are no king."
No, this one's Brake, the king of the elves, the current incumbent of husband of the Lead Witch, although that doesn't appear to be any great achievement.
Google the King of the Wild Hunt from The Witcher 3. Brek Dulahaben.
Oh God!
I literally put it in front of you.
Nice.
I'm imagining Franduil.
Too small.
Oh my God! I'm just thinking of the scene from The Witcher because there was a bit where there was
a succubi, which by the way, that's what they are.
yeah.
They all shapeshift into succubus.
Ah.
I'm sorry, but I haven't really. I watched the first season of The Witcher, but I haven't really. All I can remember is that really creepy episode with the ghoul.
With the Strigger. No,
Yeah.
we're talking about the video game. So, really quickly while I set up, Google Witcher 3 King of the Wild Hunt.
Oh, excuse me.
He looks like a ring wraith.
Yeah, that's his armor.
And except this one, it's golden version.
Exactly.
Oh shit!
And he's about 8 foot tall.
And ripped to shit.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a skull? Eridan?
Yeah. Eridan, that's it.
Oh God! He makes Shao Kahn look like a pussy.
He does.
He looks like the Lich King.
Actually, yeah.
Nice.
That's a good point.
At least I can erase that from my quest log.
Deal with Brek.
Well, to be honest, the note I had was punch break in his armpits, but yes.
There we go.
Here we go. Could do like this.
Okay, I literally can't take any less space.
Does.
Oh.
I just need to move some space. Yeah.
Yep. There you
You guys all right?
Yep.
go.
It's not easy, is it?
No.
And I got you addicted to miniatures. I'll admit I'm half tempted to, with some of the spare money to get a 3D printer.
That'd be cool.
Get what you want. It's your money.
They should have been in the box with them in a plastic
Wood.
pouch. I put them all into the same plastic bag with it.
Expand on
Yeah.
yourself.
In the back room.
Is that them next to that globe over there?
I'm looking for us. You like
That's
flowers?
the envelope.
You can't be flowers.
Didn't you notice them in the hallway and in here?
Literally there next to the coffee cup.
To be honest, I was that knackered when I got home. I went straight upstairs to see how you were.
Stop looking after things for you.
Please don't. I want a coat.
There's two.
Oh,
boxes.
Okay, so
There's a whole
break.
one over here.
No, I didn't lose. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, did I say I got one for Mother's Day?
You did, yeah. The perfume thing for 2.
Oh yeah. Damn, I'm slipping.
Well, you told me when you were half asleep earlier.
Yeah.
How many introverts does it take to change a light bulb?
1.
Why does it have to be a group activity?
need to think of someone to send to grandma as well.
You heard that one, Cal?
What's that?
How many introverts does it take to change a light bulb?
Go on.
Why does it have to be a group activity?
I love it.
Oh, I love that. Okay, I'm gonna get minis.
And how many drummers does it take to screw a light bulb? 1, they just stand there and let the world revolve around them.
Oh!
How many emos does it take to change a light bulb?
Go on.
3, 1 to change the light bulb, and the other 2 to write a poem about how much they missed the old light bulb.
Or is it 1 to write about how much they miss the other light bulb, the other one to complain about the fact that it's not dark anymore?
How many drunk Irishmen does it take to change a light bulb?
Go on.
3, 1 to hold the bulb, the other 2 to spin the ladder.
Nice.
Oh no. Oh. Fuckety fuck, there's succubi in here.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's been nice knowing you, Roboto.
Thank you. It's like, right, don't worry, I shall go first. Come at me, all of you.
So,
God, maybe how I want to die.
so,
I've got this.
You're immune to charm at the minute, so that's okay.
so, it's like, asshole. King of the Spring Chords, this is your guard. The invaders are on their way to you, and send me a sandwich.
Oh yeah.
You guys position yourselves where you will be. as you
Where
came
was
in.
the entrance?
So did you guys come in via?
We don't know. You just told us we came up the stairs. So
You did. So because you just followed the direct path, you
I
can
assume
come
we would
in
have come through the
here,
main
here,
gate.
or here. It's not gates, it's multiple doorways, depending on which way you guys took up the strands, because you basically just took a straight line. There's a choice of 3.
Roberto will definitely be face to face at this point, I can imagine. You just literally just see this hulking great guy in armor. It's like, who enters this? The Spring King's court.
Who
Yes.
enters my domain?
Build yourself around Roberto then.
Guys, we have a problem.
Hmm?
We know then that the maze score is going to be waiting.
true. But again, he's something we probably would have had to deal with anyway at some point.
Mhm.
At least now we can be prepared. We know he's in there.
The thing is that we're above the labyrinth at this point. Can we crash the castle down and take a shortcut?
Possible.
I mean,
So-
if,
The castle isn't as big as the courtyard that it's suspended above.
Well, if not, at least we might be able to shoot straight to the center. We might be able to jump off the towers and fly to the center.
If you live.
can we focus on the first fight that we've got to deal with? Oh, good God.
Said 4.
Oh no, she's hot!
Oh no, she's hot!
Wait,
I-
4? There's only 3 succubi there. Oh, that
I don't have
one.
enough hands.
Oh, you've picked out Bella. I forgot what I called her.
It was like Bella Chadwick or something.
No, it was I was trying to make fun of Belle Delphine with her.
Yeah.
Wait, is this the king of the elves that was seduced?
Yes.
Oh yes, well, we had to deal with him anyway.
Oh, he's under a spell.
Yeah, put a spell on you.
Narlock and Zed, where do you guys want to be on the map?
Zed will be towards the front. He would have been one of the first to enter.
Fuck.
Okay, where do you want Tibbles?
Next to me, please.
Okay, and Narlock.
I can be in next to Celadine because I get the feeling that Roberto and Zed are going to be our best feet forward.
Okay, I've got 20 on my other side as well. So,
And I've got Hockey with me.
oh yes,
Is that right?
we might have to sort something out for hockey.
No problem, because she doesn't battle on. Would she just be counted as Narlock's figure then?
Yeah, basically, if you say that you activate your celestial steed, we classify you as being mounted.
Nice.
Yeah.
We couldn't really do battle camp for this because you'd definitely get demonetized.
Yeah.
Because one of those succubi's got to knock us out.
Oh yeah, fully.
They were fun to paint.
You enjoyed them.
The knockers and the succubi.
What about the incubi?
Oh, he's still in the cupboard because I believe he's actually David Bowie. And have I got any other? Yeah, there is an incubi in there. Isn't
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's a regular incubi.
Was that the Chad?
Yes.
That's it, one. That's
Yes, his name's Chad.
Chad.
Yes.
Succubi and incubi have their own sexual being demons. QRS.
Why is it whenever you've got a hot dumb guy in stories, it's usually Chad or Drake or something like that?
Rad.
It's because they can't spell any names that are longer than that.
Oh,
Rad. Oh, did Carl Dudley say?
Yeah,
oh,
so
Brad.
Brad,
Lance.
Shad, Lad.
So I can put this away completely for a bit because that's just taking too much space.
Tim?
No, not Timothy.
Paladin Tim.
Not our lovely paladin Tim.
Yes, the scapegoat.
No, man, Timothy and Tim are two different names. Tim's easier to spell. What comes after T? Biscuits, I think. Why am I acting like a Chad? God damn it.
Okay.
Roboto, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, which of you shall I fuck it? All of you!
All right.
Yeah, where did Player's Handbook go?
Oh, I had to put it over there because I was putting things out. Don't worry, I'll grab it.
Right, initiative.
Yep, I will collect those from everyone in just 2 seconds.
Oh, bollocks!
Here you go.
What
I
does
don't know what else to do with them.
No,
Oh, we've got one here actually.
Dudley, the dice gods seem to switch on us between first and 5e.
they do? I actually rolled pretty well. Roboto was just not born for the 1E world.
What's your modifier again?
Dexterity.
Okay, not bad.
Okay, did anyone get higher than 20?
Yep.
Okay, we're about to get.
23.
Okay, 15 to 20?
I got an 18 and 20 got a 16.
And what did Narlock get?
18.
So Celadine got an 18?
Yep.
And Narlock got an 18, yeah?
Yeah,
Who's got the high dexterity?
Mine's 20.
mine's 20.
Roll these.
So just roll to see who rolls higher then.
Roll a d20.
Ooh,
7.
8.
Okay, Celadine.
that was to the wire.
Yeah. Oh, tense.
10 to 15? Actually, it's just Zed and Roboto. Zed and Tibbles left. What did Zed and Tibbles get?
4.
What about Tibbles?
Oh, right, yeah. Sorry, I forgot Tibble's. Yes. Oh, come on! Damn you, Woofy.
What did Tibbles get?
What does a star next to it mean?
Advantage.
26.
Whoa!
Wow.
So Tibbles goes first.
Damn, Woofy.
You can do it, Tibbles. Bite him in his hairy
Stole
balls.
my initiative.
Sealing the scene. Maybe he's going to become the new champion of Fenrir Sulfur.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I a bit bitchy there?
Who would like curly-toed weirdo for breakfast?
That's for kicking me out of bed. And not in a fun way.
Could someone please send a picture to see how it's spaced out for us, please?
Yep. On it.
I was in a stupid place in this one.
Okay, we're ready.
Yep.
No, we'll never be ready.
Let's set up some action music.
Oh, we'll just quickly run to the loo again. I'm really sorry, but I need a wee again because
That's
I need
right.
a drink.
Should we start initiative? Yeah, we'll start with Tibbles, and then you can come in, yeah? All right, Tibbles opens initiative.
Okay, Tibbles is going to hold action till my move.
Okay, what's his held action then? 'Cause
His
you've
held
held
action is to attack anyone that comes near Zed.
Okay, so if anyone approaches Zed, Tibbles will attack.
Yeah.
Got ya. He will get all of his attacks through that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is 5th edition hold rules. You have to say what your action you're holding.
Yeah. It was just last time when we were fighting the bunch of them. Tibbles was dancing around and basically Zed got pummeled.
Hmm.
So that puts Roberto as next.
Yeah, so we're just waiting on Dudley to get back, then we're in.
No problem.
And I'm still trying to work out what the hell to do
Yeah,
here.
because Celadine, after Roberto, it's Celadine.
Yeah.
I love that you two are so close in sync there. That was brilliant.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
weird.
it's fantastic. Basically a group right at the back. Shall we set up battle cam, actually?
I mean, if you can,
Actually, yeah,
that would
I'll set
probably
it
be very
back.
helpful.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah, I'll set up battle cam, because that actually worked really well last time.
Oh, I could do that, but then that kind of knackers the melee fighters, so probably shouldn't do that. Well, I could just do it, and then they have to come to us and have to walk through it, so... We're just setting up battle cam, but it is your turn.
Okay, cool. Right, let's get my hit points up. What did Tibbles do?
Held action.
Yep.
He's staying next to Zed and basically will attack anything that comes near Zed.
All right.
You guys see that okay?
Yeah, we can see it fine.
Great. That actually works really well.
Cool. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I'm going to move first of all. I'm actually going to start.
Oh,
to make
love your
pink as well.
painting Tibbles.
Okay, so you're straight in at the standing succubus.
Yep, because also Roberto, succubi, but also they're dangerous. Right, I guess it is going to be take a swing with life and soul. It'll be soul to begin with. Let me think. I'm going to call 2d10 for this one.
I have to hear that my son's the last impression. I have to hear sounds of the last
I don't want you, I do not want you. I just want... Oh, there we go. Right, so I'll be taking 4 by 6 points of damage. 6, see if I actually hit. Bloody hell. 32 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Yep, 32 to hit. Okay, so I'm going to need d6 plus 10. That will be. Oh, because I got my necrotic damage thing on there. Sorry about this, guys.
It's all right. Take your time.
There'll be an additional 2d8. Because I rolled 2d10, so was there any extra dice for that one? Or?
So you took 2d10 of necrotic damage, which means you roll 3d8
Cool.
damage dice.
Nice. Thank you very much.
It's like a take damage version of fucking Smite. I love it.
I like that.
Mm.
And then all of this plus 10, I believe. Yes. Yes. 7, 10. So it'll be 29 points of damage for the first hit.
29 points of damage.
Mhm.
Jesus.
That was with Soul.
As you bring Soul around and just kind of cut her across her bare midriff. Just kind of lets out this, ah! It's a little bit sexual, but kind of gross.
And then Roberto's like, I don't know if I should be turned on or disgusted.
Both!
And for that, begone thought.
Okay, like,
Depends, is she a masochist?
into the succubus.
Well,
She's into whatever you're into.
Mm.
oh, bloody hell. 14 and 16. Does that make 30?
It does. Hit.
Okay. That would be d6 plus 10.
Mm-hmm. And you
That'll be 11 points of damage. That'll be 11 temporary hit points.
Yep.
You've got the AOE disc. I just want to calculate something.
Yes, I think I left it over there.
I'll go.
That's all right.
Two attacks. Third attack coming up.
Concentrate on this level. I'll have a look.
Okay.
Third attack with life again. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, 18 plus 16.
Yeah, that hits.
D6 plus 10.
Oh shit! Sneak attack. You're in one-on-one combat with her.
Oh
So
shit.
apply sneak attack to this one.
Oh shit.
I completely forgot swashbuckler.
You're right. Have I got enough D6s?
You need more? I've got plenty.
Could I please borrow a D6?
Just one.
Yes, please.
There you go.
That's 5D6.
Plus a d6 for your actual damage.
Oh, fuck.
Because it's 66
No,
with the
but-
sword.
Can I borrow another one, please?
Sure, here you go.
Thank you. All this plus 10.
All this plus 10. Still more in here. I saw it in here.
I could be better, but-
Put it back into that box with the other stuff.
8.
I'll put it in the box and we'll put it back in no accident.
8. 12, 13, 14, 15. 25 points of damage on that one.
The standing one falls from just shink, 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 3 attacks in every direction.
Jesus.
You still have your bonus action
you.
offhand attack with life.
She's fallen.
She's gone.
So I've still got some movement. So getting range for this one.
How much movement you got?
So-
got enough to.
I should be able to because I got 40 and that was about 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you want to get to Break or do you want to get to the back succubus?
Just going to go for the back succubi.
Okay.
Going to do more of the crowd management thing.
All right.
All right, now take the last swing at her with life. Yeah. 25.
Hit.
Okay. And that will be 14 points of damage.
Okay. Is that your turn?
That is my go.
Okay. Brayek is going to use one of his legendary actions
Oh,
to order the pink succubus to make an attack against you with advantage, which she does.
all right. Here comes the pain.
That is 19.
Nope.
Okay, misses. Just glances off your armor. At which point we go into the lair action.
So just to clarify, it doesn't appear like the succubi act unless he tells them to, is that?
That was his legendary action.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay.
I need everyone to make a wisdom save.
Is it like
Celadine. Oh, I actually need to check something quick before anyone does.
Okay.
You all get +3 to saves because of aura protection.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you.
thank you.
That, by the way.
Oh, brilliant. Found
Sorry.
it.
Oh.
+3 was that.
Yeah.
That's non-natural 20 for Zed.
Oh, fuck! It doesn't work on any of you. You're
Oh.
immune to charm.
Hey!
Oh right,
You
forget?
I was checking to see if the effect of Otto's irresistible dance was a charm spell, and it is. So yeah, basically, if you'd failed that, you would.
It's a Pied Piper spell, is it?
Yeah, it counts. Basically, it literally says if a creature is immune to charm, it's unaffected. So that lair action, you watch the dancers swirl up into a menagerie of dancing, and then they stop. And then you guys start to move along. It's like, nah.
It's not really my kind of music.
And then all the dancers look slightly embarrassed.
Celadine.
Okay.
Just turn around to the dancers and go, "Shut up!"
Affronted. Celadine.
Cool your beans.
Yes, I can without catching bravado, just barely. I'd like to cast Storm Sphere in such a way that it does not hit Roberto, so it does
So-
get all of them, and I can just barely do it.
So
Oh.
there.
Oh.
So the centre will be on that back
Yeah.
left
And
corner.
I've got more than enough range because the range on Storm Sphere is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Shit. But does that mean I can't enter the storm sphere? Like?
I would recommend not entering the Storm Sphere, yeah.
Do not get to the storm sphere.
But I can't help it. It's so beautiful.
Is it
No,
they
hey, no,
walk
back
through-
into the sphere.
Yeah.
It means they have to walk through something that will hurt them.
Nice.
Okay, so Storm Sphere activates. Let's see if that's when it activates. Guys, just at the moment, yeah?
Sorry.
Each creature in the sphere, when it appears, must succeed a strength saving throw or take 2d6 bludgeoning. And the sphere's space counts as difficult terrain.
Right.
So I need
So
strength saves
strength
from
save, yeah.
all the succubi and break. Now, I imagine break will probably pass it, but I doubt succubi are very strong.
What's the DC?
Ridiculous for me. Suppose it is 23.
He just passes. And I do mean just by the skin of his teeth.
Ooh.
Fail, fail, fail. All three of the succubi fail.
Okay, so all the failures are taking 9 points of damage.
Okay.
What a little beetle. And then I've got a bonus action still.
You do?
Right, I would like to use my bonus action to cast a lightning bolt from the centre of the sphere onto break.
Oh, I should mark the centre of the sphere, shouldn't I?
Because that's an effective storm sphere.
Okay, so that's targeting break.
It's just a me to hit, and I have advantage because he's inside the sphere.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, that'll have probably hit. Where's my to hit? Hold on one moment, please. $34.
Just hits.
That just hits.
You were told this about this armour.
Oh.
4d6 lightning damage.
Okay.
10, 14, 15, 16, 17 points of lightning damage onto him.
Nice.
I like Storm Sphere.
Zap.
The lightning bolt strikes Braek's golden armour, and as it kind of hits, it just... It does do damage, but it doesn't look like he's bothered.
Oh, look at me. I've got shiny golden armour.
I've got shiny armour made by dwarves.
Hey, fuck off. Mine's better.
All right, Narlock, your turn.
Am I able to get my sneak attack on him?
If you do it with your gun or one of your thrown weapons, if you don't move and give your bonus action, yes. Or you could use a bonus action to hide to try and... It depends how you want to do it. Basically, role play how you try and get your sneak attack on him, and we'll see if it works. Yeah.
With 20 in front of me, isn't he?
Not far off. You could get behind him.
Yep, so I'm just going to get down low so that I can fire off shots at him.
Okay, give me a sneak roll as a bonus action.
That's stealth, isn't it?
Yeah.
$32?
See if you get a sneak attack.
So I'm using my gun.
You doing anything specific?
I'm using the guns. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.
Because you use your bonus action to hide, you can only get 2 shots.
Okay, 1, 2 then. So
Alright.
that's dexterity for the gun, isn't it?
It should say next to it what the 2 hit modifier is.
12.
Yeah, because they're non-magical.
16.
To hit.
Yeah.
You have advantage on the first one because you're hidden.
Oh, thank you. 19.
Miss. Just glances off his armor.
Oh, you're kidding me. 19?
Nope, doesn't hit.
So hang on, I think I've done this wrong. I rolled a 19. Do I add the 12?
Yeah, you add the 12. Yeah. Oh, you're still doing 1E rules.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, so that's 21. That's 31.
Hit.
Oh, okay, good. All right, I'll just roll the second shot and see what that is as well. 15 plus 12, 27.
Miss.
27's a miss?
27 is a miss.
Damn.
30.
Well, I get the sneak attack. That's the good thing.
Yeah, your first attack does indeed get the sneak attack.
That's 7. And then that's 6, 9, 13, 6, 19, 21, 24, 28 plus 7, so that's 35 damage overall.
Nice. Okay, the shot, you see it kind of cat glance off his armor and strike up into his pretty boy high cheekbone. And he just kind of glances over at where you are and just swings his sword. Just kind of swings his sword up and then without even looking, takes a slash at Roboto. Yes, he has the reach.
He's got reach?
This is a legendary action.
Okay.
Crit hit.
Damn.
He is like nearly 10 feet tall. So it's less reach and more big arms. This is with his longsword.
At least he's going for the person with the most HP.
Well, I'd say that's 20. He's got the most HP, but
Oh yeah, sorry, I keep forgetting. We've moved from 5E, we've moved from 1E to 5.
I'm still readapting.
Roboto, you take 25 points of damage.
Okay, there you go.
All right, 20's turn.
20. Oh boy.
Oh, actually, sorry, before we go to... Nala, use your bonus action to hide. Do you want to move at all?
Probably will move out onto the battlefield now that he's seen me. So I'll move 10 feet forward.
5, 10. Okay. No worries. All right. 20's turn.
Okay, so that's gone.
You know what? 20 isn't a bright animal. So I think he will use his movement to. I mean, he's not stupid enough to run into a storm.
No.
But
Also, he kind of follows your orders, so there's that as well.
I'm half tempted to make him stay back here with me because that way I've got him. Just ask him to basically move in front of me because so long I've got to keep concentrating on this storm sphere for the moment.
So basically, stay in front, hold action. Yeah.
Yeah. Hold action if anything comes close, then bite, then give it a big cuddle and bite it.
Yes. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Held action. Break's last legendary action is going to attack Roboto again.
Okay.
Because there's nothing else you can really do.
Plus, I killed one of his women.
That's a 19 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. Okay. You kind of just parry his long sword with your short sword. With your scimitar, sorry. Okay, now it's Break's actual turn. Now he starts his turn in Storm Sphere.
Yes.
So, strength save.
I think it's if he ends his turn in Storm Sphere.
And he's got difficult terrain while
Yeah.
he's in the Storm Sphere, yeah?
Yeah, it's difficult terrain, and I believe
it's
it's
his avatar's spell.
Yeah, ends its turn there. Must succeed strength saving throw.
I knew I should always keep this with me.
But it is difficult terrain.
Yeah. So
On account of all the shit that's flying around.
10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Oh, he's nose to nose with Narlock.
And he's going straight for Narlock.
Oh, great. Hi.
Just spins his sword in that kind of just like really dickish kind of way. Proper asshole.
Showing off, he's just like, look what I can do.
So as he's there, shield in front, you barely see the strikes as they come. 1, 2, 3, with the longsword. The lowest is a 17.
Nope.
19.
Nope.
23.
Yes.
Okay, so 1 hit. You take 11 points of damage as the longsword just across your front.
Got it.
Okay, it's the succubi's turn. The one in front of Roboto is going to attempt to charm Roboto.
Is that on one of your character sheets?
It obviously doesn't work. She looks frustrated, but that was her action. Her sisters realise what's happened. 10, 20 to get out. 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 25, 30. One's going to go for Zed. Okay, so one is going to make an attack with advantage against... That's not advantage, actually. They're not flanking. So one attack against Roboto.
No, they can't actually flank because of the
10
storm.
misses. Zed.
Yep.
He succubi brings her claws down at you, knowing that you go, nat 1.
Does that trigger Tibbles?
Yes, it does.
Goes to swipe. Broken nail.
She kind of goes for the swipe and actually lands in the kneeling position the figurine is in, so Tibbles can have advantage.
Well.
Tibbles is triggered.
Triggered!
God, no.
So he gets advantage, does he?
Yeah.
Okie dokie, Dr. Jonesy. So as we're in close combat, let's have some fun. 30.
Hit.
29.
Hit.
28.
Hit.
Okie dokie, 3 bites. Nice. Does he get 2 attacks? Oh, he gets 3 attacks.
Yeah, he just attacked 3 times.
Alright, yeah, 3 bites, yeah.
Yeah, arm, arm, arm.
Yum, yum, yum.
Bite, bite, bite.
Nom nom nom.
Right, so the first attack. 16.
Okay.
Second is 10. Third is 18.
18 damage.
Yep.
It's a failed constitution save. Dungeon Master's Guide. You inflicted over half damage in 1 turn of combat, and she has failed her constitution save.
Ooh.
So catastrophic damage.
Wonder if she'll be stunned, not prone.
She's already knocked prone. Here's the thing.
Yeesh.
Dungeon Master's Workshop, my favourite section of the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Well, he has a taste for testicles. Does he have a taste for... Does that mean big boobies count as testicles?
Do you want them to count as testicles?
Breasticle.
Breasticles!
She cannot take reactions until the end of her next turn. She's basically stunned a little bit. Okay. That's the succubi's turn. She does still get her attack against Zed. When I rolled to attack against Zed, she missed.
Yeah, I thought she crit one.
She did, yes, which is why she was knocked prone.
Yes.
Brayek is then going to use his legendary action to slash at Narlock again.
Oh, Chris is back.
15?
No.
Missed.
No.
No, you're fine. He's having trouble. He's semi-hypnotized. It's like, it's kind of striking all over the place. Zed, your turn.
Right. How many people are within 5 feet of an enemy?
I think everyone. Everyone but Celadine.
Yeah. I'm hiding behind 20.
Yeah.
This is
Can Zed bless himself?
Oh yeah, you can bless yourself.
Okay. Zed raises his hand to say, "May the blessing of the White Wolf be upon you." Cast Bless at the 3rd level, 1 for each, but he tacks on his Order's Wrath. Is it
Okay.
Order's Wrath? Sorry, Voice of Authority.
Mhm.
If you cast a spell at the 1st level or higher and target an ally with the spell, that ally can use their reaction to attack a creature of your choice that you can see.
Ah.
Who do you want to give a free attack?
So I basically tell every. Does it count? Because I'm casting it on 3 people at once, does it count on all 3?
Which book is ordering again? Is it Xanathar's or Tasha's?
I assume. Good question. I think it's Tasha's.
Okay.
over there.
So I just want to check the wording on the spell, on the ability. Cleric, sorcerer, barbarian, bard, cleric. Find domain, order. Here we go. Voice of authority, 1st level. That's you.
That's you.
You choose. Okay, because it's targeting more than one person. It says at the bottom, you choose the ally who can make the attack. So you can choose who makes the attack.
Okay.
It can literally be anyone. Does Celadine have Warcaster?
I'm not sure actually. I don't think I do. I don't have war. No, I do have Warcast. Sorry, it was just not where I thought it was.
Okay, so you can literally choose anyone because Celadine can use a reaction to cast an action spell.
No, only. I thought it only counts on those with an enemy within 5 feet of them.
Oh, so it wouldn't affect me.
Okay,
anyway.
yeah. So it's got to be. I would say it's got to be Narlock or Roberto.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. So I was going to. So I bless myself. So I took the 3rd level. So the 3 people I'm blessing are Tibbles, Narlock, and Roberto.
Yeah.
Who's closer to big, tall, and ugly?
Me.
Yeah.
Well, it's big, tall, and handsome. Unfortunately,
Um,
very handsome. Very pretty.
He's nose to nose with Narlock.
Yeah.
So pretty boy v pretty boy.
Okay, so now cleave pretty boy a new one. You get your reaction to make an extra attack.
Gotcha. Just go for an underjaw shot.
Okay, you're shooting while in melee range. That's. Wait, you have the gunner feat. Ignore me. Ignore
You
me.
also all
Hang
get
on.
the effects of bless.
Say it again, Carl.
Sorry. If you have the gunner feat or the crossbow expert feat or the sharpshooter feat, you do not have disadvantage while shooting in melee range.
Sharpshooter.
Yeah, sharpshooter. There we go.
Oh, hold on a second. Sorry, Cal, I misread the spell.
Bless.
Yeah, I casted it at the 1st level because I could bless up to 3 people of my choice within range.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought if I cast it at the 3rd level, actually, I can get everyone.
There we go. Everyone's affected then.
Nice.
Okay, when you bless the creatures, whenever you make an attack roll on a saving throw before the spell ends, target roll a d4 and add that number to the roll of the saving throw.
Nice.
Permanent. Until
So-
he stops concentrating on the spell.
Damn.
So I get mines now as a reactionary.
Yes.
Will this be a sneak attack or is it just standard attack?
I'm trying to work that out.
Because it's a reaction, it's fast. Could you say it's a sneak?
Yeah, he's not going to see it coming right underneath him, I would say, but that depends on your ruling.
He is hypnotized as well. Tell you what. No, that's... Your 2 hit modifier with your gun is plus 12. And then you have a plus D4 from Zed. I will say, if you beat his armor class by a minimum 5, it's a sneak attack.
Okay.
Because you just move that fast. You doing anything with this attack? Or is it just straight in?
Straight in, under his jaw.
Cool.
Come on. Natural 20!
Break his pretty jawbone.
All right.
32 plus 4,
That's
35.
Listen, come on, do a Billy Collins. All right, that's spin. Move up here, princess.
Yeah.
That's like...
I'll wipe that smack off your face, you princess pointy blick.
Okay, yeah, you just straight under the chin. Just...
This is the benefit of wearing a helmet.
Mm.
So that's double damage.
Yeah, and you do get sneak attack on this.
Oh.
Does it double sneak attack or standard sneak attack?
It does double sneak attack, because sneak attack is applied before damage
Oh.
calculation.
Oh.
It's like with the Barbarian's Brutal Critical, it's done before you apply the critical. So it gets doubled.
Go.
Whereas the orcish
Got my D10.
orc,
Orcs, when they crit, something happens when they
you
crit.
roll an additional damage die after the crit is calculated.
Oh shit.
God.
Okay, let's count the
So-
7d6 first. And
Yeah,
so
so
count,
first.
Say goodbye to your
the
chin, boy.
7d. So roll the 7d6, then double it, and then roll my hit dice and double it.
Do you want me to count?
Yeah, and then you add another hit, and then you add another damage dice.
Right. So
Because you have the half orc feature.
Do you want me to count on fingers the rolls?
yeah, please.
Yep.
So I need 7. Okay, so 5, 11, 14, 20, 25, 31. Is this the last one?
Last roll.
35. So double that, that's 70
70 damage.
so far. And then now my regular hit dice. That was a 1 plus 5, so that's 6. Double that, that's 12.
No, you
So-
double the dice, not the additional.
Okay, so that's 2 plus 5, that's 7. So that's 67. That's 77.
77.
And then the regular hit dice, which is a D10.
Yeah, D10 for pistols.
God.
Slash handgun.
That's 5. So that's 82 damage overall.
Wow.
Did it take his
Just feel
jawbone
the
off?
spell. Just feel the spell and just go, thanks for that.
Best
Yeah.
spell.
You feel that. You hear Zed's commanding presence, which most of the time you ignore, but this time it sounds like a good idea. And you just kind of bring it, and the butt and the barrel of your gun is right under his chin,
Oh.
and he's properly looking down his nose at you like you're still beneath him. And there's dust covering his face. I need you to make a perception check, because I'm only allowing this because you got a nat 20.
You get a plus D4.
He does.
25.
25. So, you see the hole open up in his jaw. You see the bullet come up, breaking his upper jaw. And as the smoke clears, he's still looking down on you like you're less than the dirt beneath his feet. But the kind of reaction and pulling back, you see something under his armpit. Looks like a symbol, like a maker's mark.
Guys, I think I pissed him off. And there's
Tibble's
something
turn.
definitely under that armpit.
Tibble's turn.
Tibble's turn. Is he out of the storm sphere?
He was never in the storm sphere.
No, I mean the
Breck.
tall, dark, and
Yeah,
less handsome.
everyone's out the storm sphere now. I'm going to drop it next turn. So.
Yeah, King
Right.
Breck's out of the storm sphere.
Tibbles is going to go for the creature, but he's going to go for the arm that Nala pointed out.
So he's going to go around the succubus that's in front of him to try and get to Breck.
I can't see there's a succubus in front of him.
Let's raise the camera a little bit. So
I can send another photo as well to the chat.
But basically, I've got a nice shot of Tibble's ass.
can you see that? No, you still can't see where the succubus is. Yeah, it does. Can you send a picture to the group chat?
Yes.
To be honest, sending an end of scene image is still a pretty good idea.
Hang on.
I don't think we can move the camera any closer because.
No.
Cal, on Zed's character sheet, is the AC counted with the shield?
It's not, no.
So he gets +2 to his AC now, does he?
+2, and it's a +2 shield, so it's +4 to his armor class.
Righto.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Right there, Nick, look.
Oh, I see. Yeah, right in front of Zed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he can run around, can't he? Because that way he's not out of 5 feet of her.
And she can't take reactions, actually.
Yeah. So he'll dart around, so he's between her and Bastardy Boy.
Okay, Breck.
Yep, and he'll flank, attack from behind.
Okay. Is he doing anything special, or is he just going for the attack?
He's going for 3 bites on him, but he's aiming at the arm that Narlock said to.
At the armpit.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me... so because it's an aimed attack, it would normally have disadvantage. So you have this at base. So 3 attacks at base.
Oh god. 18 plus 15 is
32? 33?
33.
Yep, that hits.
22.
22, miss.
And the third one's a miss. So 1 hit
Okay, 1 hit.
for 10 plus.
Did you add your boost to them?
Oh right, I didn't add the D4 boost. Sorry.
No. Go on.
Not that it'd probably make a difference.
Oh no, it probably wouldn't because I missed for the 27.
Yeah, it wouldn't have. If you miss with a 27, then yeah, it won't hit.
No. All right.
Okay, so that's 17.
17 damage, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. The bite comes in, and as the bite locks on that armpit, there's an actual grimace of pain, and you all hear the sound of cracking glass. And as you look over, you see cracks forming across the breastplate of the armor. He's going to use his legendary action to stab Tibbles. Crit hit.
Oh! Not my woofie.
Not much, it's 12 points of damage. He didn't roll well.
Oh, thank Christ. Sounds bad.
Roberto's turn.
Okay. Right. Well, I'm in the middle of a very interesting sandwich.
You are. You do have sneak attack because you're the only one of your allies within 5 feet of either of them.
Nice. So I'm going to go for the one that I started on last time. So
Pinky?
Hello. Yep.
Pinky.
Okay. Life or soul?
Oh, let's go for soul.
You do tend to start with soul.
3d10 for this one. Let's get my hit points. So I need to take fucking hell 29 damage.
Did you roll to hit?
I was calling the dice first before I did the.
Oh right, this is your own damage. Okay,
Yeah.
Jesus, you took some real damage there.
Oh well.
So remember to remove your temporary hit points first, and then.
Oh, I did that when I got hit with the last
Oh
attack.
yeah, that's right. Thank you.
We've still got some of the healing gummies, and they aren't magic, so.
They aren't. Well, they are, but they aren't.
Mm.
They're more herbal.
Rolled hit. Is this straight?
Yes, it's straight.
Let's go. Well, probably not so great this one. Let's see.
You can add a D4 if you think it'll make a difference.
Just add a D4 anyway.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's permanent.
thank you for reminding me. That's definitely going to help.
Bless is like the healing word to bardic
I
inspiration.
didn't realise it was permanent.
You'll get it.
28 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. They're literally wearing leather bikinis here.
Could
That
be-
one is literally just wearing a leather thong.
Yeah, she's got her knockers out.
Oh, fully out.
The Robato's kind of like, oh my god, boobies! Oh my god, I'm destroying the boobies! But I have to.
But it's okay. Every time you take a slash, just black ichor sprays against the dancers, who
Oh,
don't appear to have noticed.
yeah.
It's alright, they're evil boobies! Evil boobies!
Evil boobies!
No boobies are evil.
You're not nice, elf boobies.
Spooky boobies.
Boobies. Boobies borrow 2d6.
Here are 2 acid ones.
Thank you.
And don't forget your D8.
I've got
You took 3 hit dice of damage there, yeah?
Yeah.
That's like 4d8.
Bloody hell. And then plus 10 on top of that.
Yeah.
Could I? Oh no, I've got a d8.
Goodbye, boobies.
Bye. Oh, goodbye.
Slice off one of them!
Bye-bye, boobies.
Oh god.
Don't take it as a souvenir.
Hey,
Where's a hat?
A lovely pair of pillows.
I'm sorry, no, I've got
boobs
nothing
up.
in dirty pillows.
It'll probably end up just being a bloody coat hanger or something like that in my new place.
Ah, coat hanger boob.
These,
Boob hanger.
these are the tits I took off a succubus.
It's
Right.
it's the lingerie holder for his men and mistresses.
Just for the microphone.
And
This
that's-
is 10 dice.
Oh shit. And this is all plus 10. Okay.
Yeah.
So we got 4, 6, 12. 18.
I do.
Bloody hell, that's 50 points of damage.
You take a fucking head off with her boob. You basically go, no, not the boob, and just make a slash with your right hand, and as you do, you kind of hit the jugular and the neck, and as she moans, you cut her like that, and like just her head, arm, and left tit fly in one direction before turning into like gelatinous black goop.
Thank you very much. I was like, ah! It's like, and then I just turn around. Your turn, darling.
One
Pet.
sneak attack around.
Right, this one's going to be with life. Jesus. 26 to hit.
Hit.
Nice. I need d6. And that'll be 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage.
And that'll be temp.
This is regular supplementary.
Next attack, so that'll be with life, straightforward. You're 26 to hit.
Hit.
13 damage.
Yep.
Yep, last one, the bonus. Take another swing. Yeah, 15 plus 16.
Yeah, that hits.
Another 11 points of damage.
Mm-hmm. So basically, you just do one massive sweep slash, and just gone. At which point you start laying into this other one, just every direction, and just wounds, slashes, and just every direction, just black ichor just fills the room. Like none of these all these hits do really good damage, and it's not like these are tough enemies. So now it's starting to turn into basically just torture porn.
Well,
Sorry.
Roberto's not enjoying this zone.
Brayek for his second or third? This will be his second legendary action. Is going to go straight for Narlock, just straight through the gut with his long sword.
it's
Crit
really
hit.
taking me. Fucking hell!
Okay, he crits on a 19, which most boss enemies do tend to. How have I rolled this many 19s?
What's the damage?
What's happening?
He crit on Narlock.
It's not great, 12. 12 points of damage.
12?
Lair action.
12?
12 total.
Okay, I can deal with that.
He rolled badly on his damage that time.
Yeah. 3 times 2 equals 6 plus 6. Okay. I love you, Dice. I love you very much. Thank you.
Oh, it's a lair action and he's happy about
It
it.
is a lair action. I don't think it's not. Does it look Mordenkainen?
I
Yes.
don't like it when he's happy about things.
Oh.
In the game.
Oh, okay. So the dancers start to spin and dance, and 2 of them step forward, pulling their masks off. And as they do, long, greeny orange cloaks flow out from behind the mask, cascading down to a long hooked blade as a pair of spring Eladrin join the dance.
Balls.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, let's just kill this guy quickly so these things stay away.
One is going to charge Zed. The charge.
Oh, he's one of mine. He came out really good.
Hmm.
Sorry, I'm not trying to stroke my own ego there. I was checking to see if he was one I painted or if he was one of the pre-painted, and he's come out really good.
That's alright. They will have watched this, so there's no point casting any of those. No point doing that. Wow, that paladin feature really screws over this fight, actually. The charm thing actually screws over most of the enemies I had for this.
Excellent. We made
Pretty
the
cool,
correct
actually.
call on that, at least.
So, in which case, one Eladrin is going to go for Zed using its longbow, while the other is going to charge 20.
That's fine. 20 likes, friends. 20 was holding an action.
He was. Yes, he was. It's not been 20's turn yet. But that got around close. So we'll do 20's action first.
Okay. 20 was holding the order I gave him was to give them a big hug and a kiss.
So that would be a bonus action
Grapple.
and then tink, 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 tink.
So it's athletics, yeah?
Yeah.
If I can find it, yeah. He nat wand.
Wait, this was that's for
his grapple, yeah.
well, any of these attacks can grapple on a bonus.
Oh.
It's just the first one that hits.
Oh, okay. So
Creates
first
the
attack
combo.
didn't hit, so
Yeah.
but that's a nat 20!
Hey.
Because he's 20.
Of course he is.
And bonus action grapple on that
Yeah,
one.
bonus action grapple.
So how do I do this? Sorry.
So let's sort out damage first
Okay.
for that one.
That'd be a beak then. That's a D10 plus 6. Dramatic piece of shit. That's 8 points of damage.
Did you double it?
No, I forgot to.
So you rolled an 8 on the dice?
No, I rolled a 2 and he
So
gets a
that's-
plus 6 to it.
So that's 10 damage.
10 damage, sorry.
Okay, and then it's a contested grapple check.
Sorry. 16.
Yeah, so grappled.
Hmm.
So the next attack's from, which I believe is 2 more attacks or 1 more attack.
If he gets all of his attacks, he gets 4 a turn.
So
So this will be 2 more.
Yeah, 2 more beak attacks.
But he crits on a 19, doesn't he?
He does. Fuck.
How many crits attack does he get now?
He crits on, he gets 4 attacks because owlbears get 1 additional attack over winter wolves. So he's attacking 4 times and now with advantage, and he crits on a 19 because fighter sidekicks.
It's a 25 hit.
25 does indeed hit.
Right, so one was a crit and the other one was not a crit, but it does hit.
Okay, so let's do the crit first.
Okay, so that's 2d8. That's 6 on the dice, so 12 plus 6 is a number.
12 plus 6.
Yeah, 18.
18.
So I brain farted for a second there.
Okay.
And the second attack is not the crit. Dramatic piece of bitch. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so 17.
Again.
Yeah. Because he was holding an action. Good boy.
Okay. Just
And now he's busy cuddling his new friend.
clunk, 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 and just blood and flower petals are just scattering everywhere while the Eladin screams. It's like you can hear 2 voices. You can hear like the very fey elfin scream of stop it, no! And inside you, get off me, you motherfucker! Which sounds a lot more goblin. You alright? What?
No, nothing, honestly, just, huh.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do the one attacking Zed first with the longbow.
Okay.
One of those is a nat 1, the other one's a 21, which I don't think hits.
Miss.
Just one misses wide. I got to do a scatter for that.
And the other one, I'm guessing, Zed catches on his shield.
So one catches on his shield, the other one just scatters wide and just narrowly avoids hitting Breck. I do mean narrowly as well. Rather than that one, it would hit Breck. The one with 20, yeah, it's going to use its bonus action phase step to get out of the grapple. To there, and it's going to drop an attack on 20 and an attack on Seldine.
Okay. Oh, it's not a good idea.
The attack on 20 is a fucking 9.
That will not have hit. I don't have to look at the sheet.
Whereas the one on Seldine is a 26.
Would,
No, sorry, 25?
would shield make a difference to that?
What's your armor class at the moment?
18.
No, because it would up your armor class by 5.
I'll take the hit then.
Because it would raise it to 23. Yeah, take the hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that kind of sucks. Okay, so she takes a total of 5 points of slashing damage, and then 4 points of psychic damage.
Oh, hang on, I'm resistant to slashing.
Yes, you are. So that is 2 points of slashing and 4 points of psychic. Thanks to the boon of the conqueror. The boon of conquest.
Okay.
Okay, Seladine's turn.
Okie dokie. Right then.
I guess give me a concentration check.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have advantage, but...
I know I have advantage, but honestly I was going to drop. That's a nat 20, of course, to come now.
Yeah, you can just drop it as a free action.
Yeah, dropping the storm sphere.
Right?
Ah, God. Yes, yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm casting Crown of Stars.
Ooh.
Let me just mark that one off. And I just need to double check. I have just reread it as well. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. All right. And Crown of Stars is like the OG wizard spell in terms of evocation. Like, you think Firestorm or Fireball are bad?
Okay. So 7 starlight motes appear in orbit around my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I can use a bonus action to send one of the motes streaking toward a creature or object within 120 feet. Okay. Yep. I am going to send it streaking towards the succubus that is in front of Zed at the moment.
Okay. So I'm kind of imagining like very Sailor Moon, but with the staff just over her head and ping, 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 ping.
It's kind of like a spell you get in Dark Souls, actually.
Actually, yeah. Okay, so what's the rules to the hit?
I just have to make a ranged spell attack.
Okay, you have disadvantage because she is prone.
Well, in which case, could I change a target?
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
very sorry about that.
No, it's all
I
right.
forgot she's prone because her figure's on its knees anyway.
Yeah, you have Warcaster, so that negates the fact that you're within melee range of that guy.
Yeah, but I wasn't actually going to aim for him either.
No, but if you don't have Warcaster or certain features, even if you're not targeting that one, you have disadvantage because you're in melee with someone else.
I want to aim at underneath Brake's other armpit.
Okay. That will be a disadvantage attack because it's named.
That's fine, yeah.
Fuck you.
That doesn't count, right? 'Cause it went straight back into its weird holding. But that was a 10. Well, it rolled over, but that's a 12. Okay, that's plus 18. 12 plus 18.
30.
30.
Fucking just.
Okay, so that hits, and he takes. Fucking hell! I didn't realise it was that many. He takes 4d12 radiant damage.
Fuck.
Like I said, it's the OG evocation spell. And she's got 7 of those things.
Unfortunately, not great damage. There's 7, 8, 9, 13.
13. Doesn't matter. You see the cracks appear and start to come across along the right side of the chest. Just all these splintering cracks forming in the golden plate. At the end of Celadine's turn, Brea.
And I was going to use my movement to run away.
Okay, attack opportunity.
10.
Miss 16.
Yeah. Miss.
Yeah. Okay. Brea is going to use his last legendary action to order the archer to shoot at Tibbles.
Okay.
That is a 22.
On Tibbles, miss.
Miss, Jesus. Just kind of gets caught up and ruffled in his fur, and just by the time it actually hits the end, it's turned to a frozen ice block and splinters. That was one tough doggy. Okay, that was his last legendary action until the start of his turn. Narlock, your turn. You are in one-on-one combat with Breck. You do have an advantage, which means you do have sneak attack.
Okay. And for my next attack after that, now, do I get advantage on my first roll just?
Hmm?
Do I get advantage on my first roll or all of them?
All of them, as long as you're using... I'm going to say at this point you will have to swap to a melee weapon
You're
if
flanking
you want the
with
advantage
Tibbles.
of flanking.
What if I use steady aim?
If you want to stick to the guns, yeah, sure, why not? Fuck it.
Yeah, because I figured that would be like advantage. If it's using steady aim, that's the purpose of it.
In which case, I will give you the attack at advantage if you're going for him, base if you want to go for one of the target shots.
Okay, I'm going to use the gun once to go for one of the target shots,
Okay.
and then go for the sword.
Okay, so you're changing out one of your guns to your sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll use the sneak attack on the gun to go underarm, targeted,
Okay.
and use the sword for the other 2 attacks.
Yep. That'll. Yeah, I'll say you don't have to use your bonus action to get the steady aim. So yeah, you can have all 3 attacks. Because
Okay.
you are flanking and you've drawn your sword. So yeah, I'll allow that.
Okay.
But it's based to attack the underarm.
That's fine. 25.
Miss.
Damn.
Sword. Do you want to go for the same spot or do you want to go for him?
Can I go for the same spot with the sword?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just that you have to roll at base. But it will still count as a sneak attack. We have to attack with advantage. We don't. I'll say that this one won't get you the sneak attack unless you want to go straight for him. So it's do you go for the sneak attack or do you go for the spot?
I think at this point, Whittleman down would be better use of it. So I'll go for sneak attack.
Okay, so so this has advantage then.
Okay, so that is 29 for the first one.
Miss.
29 is a miss.
29 is a miss.
Need something like a 30, don't we?
You worked it out. Armor class 30.
Damn.
On class 30.
Okay. Second one then.
Is this targeted or straight for the sneak attack?
Straight for the sneak attack.
Okay.
32.
Hit. So you get your sneak attack.
Twelve. 15. 18. 22. Plus 1. 25.
Oh, I'm enjoying this. I'm actually enjoying this.
So that's 37 damage overall.
Nice.
That guy can take a hit.
Mm. He still barely looks like he's still completely looking down on all of you.
That's fine. All the more reason for us to fuck up his armor.
Okay, 20's turn.
20's confused. He's lost his little friend.
He has.
So he's going to spin round to where he can smell his little friend. Move up, I think, half a foot. Or
Yeah, it's just literally turn around as it turns around and goes to the swipe. So yeah, it's on one of those first 2 arm attacks you can try and grapple. But it has to get the connecting hit first.
17 plus 12 is a 20, 28.
29, but yes.
29,
well
sorry.
done. Very close. But hit. So let's go for that grapple. Contested check.
22.
11. Grappled. So every attack from here. So scratch, back, peck. Bark, bark, bitch.
So that first attack did fucking hell. There's 15 points of damage, by the way. Okay, so all the rest of his attacks are at advantage. Woohoo, good for him. Oh, that will have missed either way. 15.
Yeah.
Come on, how do you miss? You're holding on to him.
Shit happens. That's not 20.
He nat 20'd again.
Of course
Yay.
he did. He's 20.
He's a very lucky boy.
So that's a crit hit on the beak.
And
Is that
That's
another
another 20.
that's another nat 20.
Fuck this fucking dog.
It's all about those 20s.
I like how we're still calling him a dog.
He is
Thinks
a dog.
he's
He gets very upset if you mentions he's not a dog.
So gonna need each roll individually because it's like 2d8.
Yeah. If these are these the claws or the beak?
Beak.
These are the beak, right? So that's not d8s. That's d10s then.
Yeah, thought so.
So right, first one that's a 9. So 9 doubled is 18 plus 6.
24.
That's an 8 plus 6 is. Sorry, my brain's just farted. 14.
14. Thank you.
Yeah.
struggling against the restraints of the massive fucking owl bear. Okay, Breck's turn.
He's happy. He's making friends.
Making or breaking friends?
He doesn't know the difference.
Shield bash Tibbles to knock Tibbles away. So I need a strength save from Tibbles. Yeah, that's going to hit 23. Nick?
Yep, just no strength of his powerful saving throw. Natural 20.
Okay, he is
Oh,
not
God.
pushed away by the Spring King.
20 is all over the place.
Tibbles. 23 hit?
Hit.
Yeah, I
Just.
thought it did. Okay, in which case Tibbles takes 7 points of damage.
Okay.
I know he's going to go for another one for a just bash again.
Stop hitting the dog.
28, that hits. So another strength save.
Uh, 21.
Pass. So yeah, he's not knocked away. Okay.
What, so is he still clamped on?
He's not clamped on, he's just not been knocked away. So he's still standing growling, though he's just taken 2 shield smashes to the face, taking another 7 points of damage. Okay, and 2 attacks on Narlock. That's a nat 20, but the other one misses. $18 points of damage.
Okay, I'm still fine.
Okay, it is the Succubi's turn. Fuck it, they know a losing. They know a losing fight at this point, and you know what? They're not going to waste their time. They both disappear back to the abyss.
Yeah, run, you sluts.
Yeah, basically.
I was like, hey, don't leave me hanging.
Blue ball, blue ball.
How dare you? What's that boner?
All right, Zed, your turn.
Okay.
You're no
Who's
longer a
nearby?
Succubus front.
Who's nearby him?
So Brayek is within 5 feet of you, as is Narlock and Tibbles. The longbow Eladrin is within about 10 feet.
Okay. Is activating the change on his armor a single move?
Yeah, that's an action. Yeah, any of the armor abilities are actions.
In that case, would he get the spell action as his
Yes, it's
as
bonus,
bonus
action.
action?
Yeah, so you'd activate it as an action, then you can still cast a spell as a bonus action because any of your cleric spells count as bonus actions.
Oof.
Oh, by the way, one thing you did notice, Narlock, is when Brayek was attacking you, the shot that you did, the cheekbone is like reformed and the wound is starting to close up. It's like that scene in Lord of the Rings, Battle of the Five Armies with Thranduil.
Right.
So it's not necessarily healing, but it is covering it up. Or...
It's
Yeah.
No, it's healing.
it is healing.
Oh.
I think for the moment, Zed's going to attack the king.
Okay, so he's going to move 5 feet to be in base contact with the king.
Yep. Does he get advantage?
No, I'm afraid not. There's no one to flank with.
I'm curious as well. Next to his sword, next to sword in Zed's inventory, it's star. Doesn't that mean advantage?
So if you follow where the asterisk is, it's footnotes.
But
So
there is no footnote.
so it says star next to it.
Yeah, sword star.
Have a look down in the weapons section.
Oh, have you just got it as sword as the white wolf?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I just called it sword just to make it fit. And then it has all those features.
Oh, that's going to be a miss, isn't it? 24.
Miss. Alright, anything as a bonus action, or that's it?
I can't do anything as a bonus action.
Okay, we return to the top of the round. I'll send a picture to the group chat. Sorry guys, just one sec.
You're right.
Someone else, because my phone's being weird.
There you go.
Because I think mine's died. Yeah.
I've got a little bit of battery left, so bear me just a second.
That's alright. How's everyone feeling?
Yeah, doing good. That's been a pretty fun fight.
Break is still like, I know you're saying he's clearly tall for an elf and everything, but he's still an elf.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like an old elf. Not quite an Eladrin, but not. What's up, Nick?
No, I forgot to add the bless.
Ah. What did it raise it to?
No, not worth anything.
Ah, okay. Is that that?
Hang on.
Right. Because it is Tibble's turn.
There we go.
And he's going to go for the chomp again.
Okay, is he just going for the attack?
Aiming for the same spot.
Okay. So that'll be at base.
Miss. Miss. He needs to beat at least 30, doesn't he?
He needs to get a 30 minimum. Got 3 attacks. And remember, he has bless as well.
Okay, 1 hit.
1 hit.
Yeah. One of them takes it to 32.
Okay, there we go. Damage.
Um, 15.
Okay. Tibbles finally managed to find that groove and just, and you hear as the breastplate, the arm guards, the greaves, just the whole armor just shatter and crumble into some kind of glass dust. And Breck's looking down at this, clearly shocked. Just, foul dwarves!
Oh, Roberto kind of hears that and he's like, fuck you!
Okay. You guys want to try and work out what his new armor class is? Because he is no longer armored. He does still have the shield, but that's it. Roberto, your turn. Oh, sorry. Legendary action from Breck. He's going to go for Tibbles.
He's really taken against the wolf. That's
Well, the wolf just broke his armor.
This is kind of like that scene in Inquisition, isn't it, where you disable the armor?
Yeah, that's the point. Inquisition? I don't remember that bit, actually.
It's a side quest where you can defeat one of the Red Lyrium head knights by creating a token that can disarm his armor.
Oh, Oh, that's pretty cool.
Might be a bit late again than we usually get.
Yeah.
Usually get about halfway through and then lose interest.
25.
On Tybalt's hit,
21 points of damage as he brings the sword around a big sweep across Tybalt's snout.
Rude.
Right,
I've got
Roboto.
40 feet of movement, more than enough.
And you can bonus action dash.
I should be able to get there without needing a bonus dash. But when he yells about the dwarves, like, what'd you say about the dwarves? Meow. Right. So now the motherfucker is surrounded.
Yep. And now everyone's got flanking.
Okay. Yep, you have flanking, Roboto. Which means you have advantage, which means you have sneak attack.
Which also means I am going to...
Oh no, I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
Oh, I forgot. I rolled 2d10. That's a d8. You were the wrong dice. So I'm going to take 14 points of damage.
Alright.
14 necrotic. 14. Right, roll to see if I hit. This is with soul. Wow, both of them rolled shit. I'm going to use the bless. Okay, so we have 24 to hit.
Hit.
There we go. I'm going to need to borrow some d6s again. I'm very sorry. I need to get some more d6s.
Need 2 more?
Please.
There you go.
Thank you very much, Kirsty.
5 dice.
2d8, and that will be an extra d8 for the 2d10.
Yeah.
Cool. All of this plus 10. Swing. Nice. So you got 12, 14, 15, 16, 17. 35 points of damage on the first hit.
Wow.
Thank you very much for that.
Unlike the attacks that you've seen previously getting dissipated by the armor, this one, massive wound, you see him reel from the damage. Almost like he didn't expect that.
Part of me is just thinking you should have got some mithril, mate.
This was made by the dwarves. This armor was made by dwarves.
with a flaw.
With a flaw. Because only the gods can be perfect.
Right. Incoming life.
Find better dwarves, that's what he needs.
Oh, I was going to say, depends on which dwarves made them.
It was the Ironfoot clan.
Yeah, there you go then. Yours are made by the masters.
This is made by these psychotic lead-based berserkers.
Oh,
You don't
You don't wear anything.
No, they just wear jeans and t-shirts.
Oh no, ask me quickly.
27 to hit for that one.
Hit.
This is going to add on to the temporary hit points I have as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Nice.
No, you replace temporary hit points.
Okay. Okay, so that is going to be 14 damage.
Okay.
So that's now 14.
Is Chris all right?
Yeah, he's just gone to the bathroom quickly.
No worries. There are a few rounds until his turn.
Alright, coming in again with Soul. 27 to hit.
Hit.
That is 14 points of damage.
Okay.
The bonus.
Hello.
So. Yeah, 16 plus 16. That's going to hit.
Yeah, that's 32. That would have hit you when he still had his full armor.
Nice. 11 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of just chewed through him by quite a bit. Just that first attack just opened up this massive wound across the right side of his chest, kind of abdomen. Like your cut end started to just hit and ended it there. And then just the force of the necrotic attack from from soul, just almost like a shockwave up his body. And then the rest of your attacks were just aimed at his leg, just slashing away.
He's looking a lot less pretty now.
Oh, sorry.
You're right.
You're okay. Okay, lair action.
Uh-oh.
Everyone's immune to charm, so you guys do not start dancing with the dancers. Like I said, that charm thing actually kind of wrecked this fight.
Is curling up in a ball and crying in a corner one of his lair actions?
No.
But it should be.
He is semi-hypnotized still.
I shouldn't be mocking because there's the GM and he might have some nasty moves up his sleeve.
Celadine, your turn.
This is difficult to decide. There's no point casting that because they've all got advantage on hitting him anyway at this point. All that would do is, although it would mean that he couldn't attack back. Which could be quite nice. And fuck it, it's for free. Hold person.
You're going to hold person him?
I'm hold personing him.
Okay, wisdom save, yeah.
Yes. He needs a 23 or higher.
So he failed that, so he's going to use his first legendary resistance of this entire combat.
Okay, at least now we know he's got them.
You guys hadn't used anything that required him to make a saving throw that he felt like he needed to use it on.
And at least it was a freebie for me.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. He can have one of the crown of stars rocketing at his head instead then.
Okay, make your attack.
That would be 18, 19, 20. 27.
Hit.
Eighteen, 20. Bang on. Damage.
Nice.
Nice.
Slammed him to the side. Every time he gets hit now, he's reacting like he doesn't know what's going on. He is going to use a legendary action to attack Roberto, because that was a big hit.
He's not gone for me for a while, so.
I think he's not for you at all.
No. He's been mostly
Crit.
focusing on the dog.
That's a crit hit.
Okay.
I'll use the necklace of helm to change that into a regular hit. I get 3 charges of that.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Damn. Okay.
Because I was going to do the uncanny dodge, but thank you.
You can still uncanny dodge.
No, I'm going to save it for this one.
You take 16 points of damage.
Okay. I was like, thanks, Narlock!
Actually, hold on.
Oh.
I need to check some place handbook just very, very quickly just to see if that's correct.
Okay.
You guys all right?
Yep.
Yeah. Don't make sure because I know you're not feeling super great. Okay. So yeah, he still gets those. It just doesn't get doubled. So we're at 16. You take 36 points of damage.
Right, I'm using my uncanny dodge
You
then.
will have needed to call that before you took damage.
I'll do it next time. 36.
36. So that would have been 76 points of damage if not for Narlock.
Nice. Okay. All the damage is given. Got it.
Yeah. If you have a look in the rogue section, it literally says that. Okay, that was Celadine. Legendary action. Narlock, your turn.
None of his armor's gone. I'll go. The gun's got 1 shot left in it, so I'll use that, and then go with 2 with the sword. And
You have advantage at the moment to attack him, so obviously sneak attack.
yeah, okay. So 1 with the gun.
Okay.
First of all. 22.
Hit.
Okay.
That's pretty close.
And then the sword. 27.
Hit.
And then the third one with the sword. Yeah, that'll do it. That's 33.
Yeah, that would have hit him even when he still had his full armor.
Okay. So all 3 hit. It is just the first one sneak attack.
Just the first one. You only get sneak attack once per turn.
Yep. 6, 10, 16. God, these are good rolls. 16, 21. Another 6, 27. Okay, that was a 2. That's 29. And another 2. That's 31. And then the D10. That's 38 plus 5. That's 43 just from the gun. And then the sword is a D6 plus 8. Or because he's so big, would he be a D10? No, wait, no, sorry, I'm reading that wrong. Don't worry.
Yeah.
D6 plus 8. Is he fiend?
No, he's humanoid.
Okay.
He's the same as you guys.
That's
Okay.
He's not
14 and 10, so that's 24 from that. So 24 plus 43 is 67 damage overall in the 3 attacks.
He is looking really hurt. 20.
20 has got a friend in his arms that he's giving a big cuddle to.
Oh, I didn't do their turn, did I? Because they were meant to go on the lair action.
Oh,
Ah, fuck it.
okay.
Honestly, they're just dancers. They're already starting to. They all meant to exist for 1 turn anyway.
Well,
Just cause a bit of chaos and fade away.
20 has a friend.
You got a friend.
15 plus 12 is a 27.
Hit.
That would be a 26.
Let's get those damages first before we continue.
Okay. Alright, so these are both the beak.
Yeah.
Oh god, hang on. $29.
Okay, that first attack drops it.
Nice.
Or was that both the attacks?
That was both the beaks.
Yeah, so both beaks just disappears into smoke. This one over here is already fading into smoke as well, so I'll just remove it. I meant to take them off.
No friends.
I'd say he can't get into melee. There's not a
No.
space for him.
You can't into melee, so he's just going to go back to Mama then.
Okay,
Oh.
he's just going to go back to Mama.
Mama.
Just runs back over to Celadine looking for where his friends have gone.
Oh,
Okay, Brick's turn.
they go
Brick
home.
is looking pretty beat up. Even as some of the wounds just start to stitch back together naturally, like quite fast. He's still looking really hurt. He's going to throw his 4 attacks. 2 at Narlock. 1 at Tibbles. Zed hasn't actually caused him any actual problem yet. And 1 at Roberto. Okay. So 2 against Narlock. So that's a 31.
That definitely hits.
And that's a 25.
That hits.
Roberto. That is a 37.
Oh, definitely.
And that's also a 37 for Tibbles.
Damn.
Hit.
I will, as my reaction, use Uncanny Dodge for this one.
Okay, so we'll do yours first. Wrong dice. That was a D20, not a D10. Oops. Even the DM is fallible. So it'll be 18, so you take 9 points of damage.
Okay.
Tibbles takes 18 points of damage.
She was a 3-pointed.
All right.
And Narlock takes a
Easy
total
one, I
of
did.
30 points of damage.
Nice.
Okay. What the heck's over?
And that is Brayek's turn.
Love the cars.
Zed's turn.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Zed's go. Does Zed have flanking?
He
Yeah.
does.
Right. He's gonna make an attack.
Okay.
Cocked.
Kill the pretty boy.
Okay, so 18 plus 15 is 33.
Yeah, that hits.
He's gonna attack on his divine. What is it? Divine.
It's divine strike.
Yep. So. Okay. Here we go. 2d6 slashing damage. 6. 3 is 9. Plus 2d plus d6 radiant. That's 14. Plus 9 is 23. Plus 2d8 psychic damage. So 36.
How does Zed do it?
Hey!
You messed with the wrong fluffy boy. Plunges his sword into his chest and up. Basically, it just bursts with light.
Ooh.
Okay, pulling this back so we can all see each other.
Messing around, fluffy boy.
I like that. I really like
What is it?
So it's a Holt thing, wasn't it? When he, when Cheddar got kidnapped. No, so yeah, strike my wolf, you die.
Okay, yeah.
Where you mess with the wrong fluffy boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You messed with the wrong fluffy boy.
So you bring your blade up and go in at about, even for you, he's tall. So you wind up coming in at like rib height and you come out on his far side shoulder. And as you're kind of there, one sword ready, extract and just you just hear him choke on his own blood as he falls to the floor, dead and dying. And as the laughter of the court rises, there's almost a round of applause from the viewers.
Oh, bravo! Well done.
Well done, charming show.
Roberto just looks at him and says, "Long live the king."
You are out of initiative, but you are still in the court of the Spring King.
Yeah, I'm now extremely nervous because do you remember Arsehole said the Queen's up here as well?
Does anybody? Is there a crown here at all for this king?
Did he actually say the Queen was up here?
Yes,
No, he said he cannot speak of her, but he didn't say she was up here.
I thought he's... Oh, probably not. Okay.
Okay, well that's one king out of the deck.
The music still on goes, the dancing still continues as the blood of Brayek, King of the Elves, covers the porcelain white floors.
Can I investigate to see if there's anything worth looting?
Sure.
My investigation is... That will be... Wisdom. That's a 9.
No, not really. I mean, there's a sword and a shield and all the dust on the floor, but that's about it.
Can I have a look around?
Sure.
$18.
18. There is just his sword and shield. At his throne, you do find a helm with a crown emblazoned into it that you remember from when he wore that to attack Clive back at the attack on Torgaval.
Ooh.
Well, Roberto, if you were looking for his crown here, but he wasn't bright enough to wear a helmet and just chuck it to Roberto.
Don't suppose it's worth checking to see if there's any magical properties. Don't know if this thing has any use. And what about the sword and the shield?
And if you can I can cast Identify as a ritual, so do I have to cast it individually or?
Yeah, you do.
I'd need 30 minutes to cast it on each individual item.
Time is very precious.
So
Yeah.
if there's one particular thing you'd like identifying, I can do it in 10 minutes, but...
What about the helm?
Okay.
I could cast Soul of Truth. I was thinking with any one of the creatures in here to find out maybe what was hypnotizing him.
There are no more creatures in here. I mean, there's the dancers, but they're kind of ethereal and keep moving between this elfin and goblin appearance. It's almost like they're not quite there, like they're in a dream.
Okay. If I sit and identify this, is it worth starting to work out where we go from here? Because this is just a room. There's no obvious passageways off from here. So
The only way from here is down.
we went to the wrong room.
Still, at least this particular threat has now gone.
I'm going to sit and identify for 10 minutes while...
I take it the labyrinth is the goal.
During that time when you're identifying, are there any more healing gummies left, please?
Yes.
And during this time identifying, you may all open your next boon.
Oh,
Yay!
Yay!
No
I shall
worries.
boom boom boom. Let me sail.
Healing gummies. Yeah, we've got 20 doses left. They do 2d4 plus 4.
2d4 plus 4.
So anyone who needs a healing gummy, they don't do a lot, but you can take as many as you want.
Can I take 3, please?
Yep, go ahead.
That's like 3d4 plus, yeah. 64. Yeah, numbers.
64 plus
I'll take 2 myself.
12. Thank you.
Okay, this can be really fucking useful.
Don't tell anyone we'll do it all together, yeah?
Ooh.
Cal, thank you.
What was that, Jenny?
I took 2 healing gummies as well.
Okay, did you guys take healing gummies or are you okay?
Gonna use my chalice.
Zed didn't actually take any damage in that fight.
I don't know.
Zed will use a. I'll sort Zed's healing magic on Tibbles in a minute.
Okay. Just to put this in perspective, by the way, there is no magic on the equipment you check. It's just very good quality.
It's not magical.
I'll put it in my bag of holding for the time being then.
Sure, you can take all 3 if you want.
Break.
The helm will break, the shield will break, and the sword will break.
I'll take all of them because we can also say to everyone, the threat has been destroyed for now. Clive, this is the twat that went for you.
Okay. Oh, Jenny likes hers. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone got.
Hang on.
Oh, you should not have given this to me.
They're all
I
balanced.
think, yeah, and not another god one.
Seriously?
You must have more god ones than anyone else. How are you missing them?
Roberto and Zed both had 3 god ones apiece. How is this happening? I love it. The cleric's getting none of the deity ones.
I had a boon, but not a blessing for the first one.
Yeah, but you're not the cleric. Yeah, it's weird that everyone has got deity ones or religious applied ones, except for the cleric.
How would you know if it's a religious one or not?
So if it mentions a deity, it's going to be specifically about your god, but yours was about being a paladin, so it kind of applies. Okay, let's start with Celadine.
I've got Boon of the Arcane Savant. When calculating spell save DC, it's now 12 plus proficiency plus casting ability modifier.
So the spell save DC increases by 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Nick. Sorry,
Boon
Zed.
of Invincibility. When you take damage from any source, you can use your reaction to reduce that damage to 0. You can use this boon once you use the spoon, it can't be used again until you finish a short rest.
Yep. Narlock.
Boon of undetectability. You gain a +10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks and can't be detected or targeted by divination magic, including scrying sensors.
Oh, that's going to be fun. Roboto.
I am so glad I have this one. It's the Boon of Recovery. You can use a bonus action to regain a number of hit points equal to half a hit point maximum. Once you use this boon, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. So I can literally have this stapled.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Holy.
The boons get fun.
That is amazing. So you're definitely going to... Damn. That's kind of like ultimate second wind.
Yeah. All right. So what do you want to do now? How's everyone feeling? I know it's like 11:30. How do people want to go?
I'm okay at the minute, but...
Nick, Chris, I know you guys probably have work tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
at
probably have to call it
university.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm happy to call it there.
Okay.
There we go. You defeated Brayek, the king of the elves.
And you're probably right. I think that probably the labyrinth might be the way to go. This is a
Although
little...
I'm thinking with the labyrinth, are we going to go through it normally, or are we going to chop our way through it?
Well, I can-
Labyrinth is stone, not hedge.
I've got pass wall on my staff.
yeah.
If it works.
Oh.
If it works, then I can pass wall us through some bits of it.
Well, you've just got the addition there to your spell check, so
True, so
Mhm.
it's just whether it. It's
You'll-
whether Cal lets it work.
You'll
Let's
have
be
to
honest,
find
Jake.
out next session. I will say this. From where you are, you can see a path into the labyrinth proper.
We're looking out over the top of the labyrinth.
Yeah.
I've got keen mind. Can I eidetic memory the map? Or can I basically take a photo with my brain?
Has anyone got a bit of parchment and paper or ink to write with? And then we could just do some calligraphy.
I'm going to go with, because of the non-Euclidean physics of this place,
No.
you do get the idea that the initial labyrinth section, that if you'd gone through the front entrance, forms a spiral.
Okay. And does the spiral lead anywhere, or it's just a spiral?
The spiral appears to lead to a more complicated inner maze,
Oh, it's a maze within a maze.
but it looks like there are routes off from the outer edge, so if you don't get lost on the inside, there's a way out from the outside. It's just making sure you don't get lost inside.
I think we're going to need string.
That said, Celadine would know, due to the actual translation of the word labyrinth, meaning that any path you take leads to the destination. Because a labyrinth is not a maze.
It's just a very complicated path.
Yes. Because if you look at the traditional labyrinth, each doorway goes at 180-degree angles. Labyrinths aren't intended for you to get lost in. Labyrinths are intended for you to waste as much time as possible.
I never knew the distinction between a labyrinth and a maze until
I didn't until I actually started planning this.
No pun
But
intended,
all paths lead to the Goblin King.
no pun intended, but I'm amazed.
So we will call that session there. What did you guys think of the Brayek fight?
Very
I'm
good.
kicking myself now that we it's good that we took him down, but I'm kicking myself that because he kept reiterating to us the Spring King, and it didn't even trigger in my mind. That's the wrong fucking king.
The false king.
At no point has he been called the Spring King. He's been called the King of the Spring Court, but that's a different title again. And this is Fae. This is... Yeah.
Let's just say we did Clive a favour, though, for the guy that completely knocked him through a bloody wall.
Through his own building
That's it.
in session 1.
So at least we did Clive a favour. We could be like, yeah, you know the guy that knocked you through your building? We killed him.
So you may be able to see those little goblins on the table, by the way.
Oh.
One of the lair actions was I roll a d10. On a 2 to 9, that's how many goblins appear. And they're permanent. On a roll of 1 or 2, 2 Eladrin appear.
The Eldrin were just temporary.
Yeah.
Cause chaos.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the goblins were going to be as well.
Yeah, goblins are better at causing chaos, let's be honest here.
So the Briek fight, initially you started out fighting a fighter, and then it ended with you guys fighting a barbarian.
He lost skill.
He lost skill and upped damage. And he lost his armor class, upped damage.
It's very cool. What are we allowed to know what his AC dropped to?
It started at 30, it dropped to 21. There was the option of also attempting to disarm him or enrage him enough to make him drop his shield, which would have dropped his armor class to 17.
That's why the goblin said to insult him to his face. It would have triggered a rage.
I honestly thought if you killed all the succubi, then the hypnosis might have worn off because they would have been controlling him with charm.
Succubi weren't controlling him, they were just fun.
Oh, well.
He's never been under the control of the succubi. He has always been under the control of the Lead Witch.
Oh.
Different sort of succubi.
Which is all things that you found out ages ago.
Well, we didn't know she had him fully under control. We just thought he was very stupid.
So I'm slightly stupid, luckily.
Yeah, she's not been trying to hypnotise you. So.
Probably because I'm not pretty enough.
Are you guys all right? You look really knackered.
Just yeah, knackered.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just looking up labyrinths just to see the pattern, and yeah.
Yeah, the whole point of a labyrinth is to make you get lost in it, but not get lost like in a maze.
Yeah, it's a single path, but you can just get lost because the pattern is so obscure. You can jump from one path to the next without realizing it.
Exactly. Which is what you'd be able to see from the staircases, that initial part of the labyrinth is a spiral, and if you get lost in a spiral, which is very easy, you would you would get lost in the inner labyrinth, as it were. And the paths that you want are on the outer edges of the labyrinth.
So basically, if we stick to the rule of never walk any deeper in.
But you can tell from looking at it, it's impossible not to. It's sort of, you don't spot the roots while you're in it. From outside, you can see the roots. But inside, it would be impossible to see the roots unless you were really looking. Does that make sense? What?
So if it's a labyrinth we're getting into, then we'll get to the spiral bit, then get to the outside bit, although it's going to take a while to get there, but it means when you're coming back in, it'll be the shortest distance.
It's basically, looking at it from above makes it look simple, but it's being inside it makes it hard. It's any labyrinth. Because if you look at the labyrinth of Minos, from a top-down view of the map they actually drew of it, it looks really easy. But then people still get lost in it to this day because idiots decide to go into it. Why would you actually decide to go into the fucking labyrinth of Minos?
Some people just think, it's not going to be that hard. Oh shit, this is impossible.
Also, look, there's actually a labyrinth on Minos. Is it Minos? Okay.
I don't know.
The island. There's a Greek island because it's Minotaur. It's the bull of Minos. Yeah, I'm sure the island's called Minos.
Minos, yes.
Yeah.
Never mind escape rooms, escape labyrinth.
So, are you guys up for a game next Thursday?
Yeah, next week, yeah.
Next Thursday?
Yeah, not this Thursday. That's when you get back.
Oh yes, next
So,
Thursday.
we talked about
Thursday, 31st.
I was just like, oh wait, yeah.
Yeah, the 31st.
Yeah, wait.
Oh. Right, I will pencil that on, and hopefully we're all up with it.
Yeah, that should be fine.
We'll see. I'll have to have a look, but yeah, I think I should be okay.
Cool. I've got it penciled in. So we'll see. All right, you guys get to bed because you've got work tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, we'll get this switch off now.
Yep.
Right, guys, that was great fun.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Looking
We'll
forward to
see
the next session.
you next Thursday.
Yes, I'm looking forward to the next session where you guys get to actually explore the labyrinth.
Yeah.
But I
Okey
think
dokey.
you wound up doing that one. Because that was the only optional boss of this entire dungeon.
Well, at least now we've got it out of the
Well,
way.
unless we've gone through the bog of eternal stink.
No, there's not an optional boss in the bog.
Well, what is in the bog?
The awful smell. Also, possibly other things, but not an optional boss. Because you're
Okay.
only going to get boons from bosses and optional bosses.
It's not going to end up like the swamp and never-ending story, is it?
No, it's the proper bog of eternal stench from labyrinth.
What, and you lose hockey in it?
Oh god, tragic. Also, that bit was based on the world falls down from the labyrinth. You know, the masquerade ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that bit was.
I just remember. Do you guys ever watch Nostalgia Critic?
Sometimes.
You ever see him doing the review of Never-Ending Story about how it was the horse that ended up in the swamp because he must have been depressed in some way?
I've
It's
not
like
seen that one. I'll need to have a look at that one. That sounds pretty good.
he put a voiceover for it, and it's like, how come the horse is getting dragged down into the swamp, and the kids going, no, come on, you have to make it. I let my family down when I left them many years ago. I lost all of our savings in stake bonds. Sorry, Wilbur.
I still forgot I met Nostalgia Critic at Alcon, but that was for that bloody cosplay blind date, and he called me Pablo because I was dressed as Edward Elric in a suit.
Wait, he was there?
Yep, that was Alcon 2013.
Nostalgia Critic was at Alcon.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Well, I remember hearing about him being there, but I didn't actually
want-
get to go see.
You
I
want-
did get strangled by him, though, whenever he was at Comic-Con.
Was it because we mentioned the fucking back credit card?
Yes, I mentioned the back credit card, and the next thing I know, he's rushed down from the stage. He was playing to it, but he like grabbed me right here and started shaking me.
Back credit card! My childhood!
He just grabbed me and he was going, I was having such a good day!
And then someone had to go and ruin it by mentioning that god-awful piece of back plastic. But no, I didn't want to mention anything about that credit card when I saw him. No, I just saw him, he called me Pablo, I gave him a dirty look and then just won the cosplay blind date on my go, so yeah. No way. No, I didn't. Not as Edward Eric. I did.
Black mask.
When was it? Sorry, Kat?
He called me creepy dude because I went up with black mask.
Oh, yeah. And I realised I didn't win a blind date. That was when I was Harvey Quinn.
Well, technically you won the cosplay auction because your friend saved you.
Friend saved your ass.
Thank you.
You're
From that
welcome.
god-awful Jackie.
Ooh. Oh, thank you. You're all right. Yeah, just, you don't have to be doing all this. No, but
He was bidding her, it wasn't you.
You can sit down. Me and Dudley can clean.
So don't take it too hard, Jenny.
All right.
Yeah,
Let
we'll
us
see.
rest.
Yeah, we'll see you next Thursday, yeah?
Yes. Can't wait. And maybe you'll get to meet the lab.
You have to read the what?
The worm.
Hello.
Oh, not her.
Him.
Ugh. Is it a him? I thought it was a her.
That was a him.
To him, he has a wife and kids.
Did you say hello?
No, I said hello. Well, that's close enough.
Sweet worm, yes.
Sorry, meet the missus.
If it helps, you're on the right path to meet them.
Yay.
Right, see you guys later.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.